Ooh, are we live? All right. Okay. Oh boy. So let's go ahead and get this started. So what up, guys? Otterpup here. I've technically done a live stream before, but this is a little bit new for me. But yeah, no, I've never really done a live stream before, so I thought it would be fun to do a little art live stream. And while I got a couple of projects that I'm kind of working on at the moment, I thought if maybe you guys had any suggestions as to, what I could, draw or anything like that, like quick sketches and doodles and stuff. Again, never done this before, so I'm kind of just winging it right now. Can everybody hear me okay? I mean, it looks like my mic is on, but I don't know. Somebody say something. Let me know if you see, okay, I guess you can see stuff, but let me know if you hear anything. I don't want to be silent. Okay, yay, people can hear me. That is great. Yay, people can hear me. This is freaking awesome. Okay, so should I start? Because this is something that I've actually been working on for a little bit. Should I keep working on this, or is there something else that maybe, you guys have an idea for like a quick project or something like that? Okay, well, I guess I'm just gonna keep working on this then. Gosh, I wish it wasn't. Okay, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to finish it. I still got quite a bit of work to do, but I guess I can go ahead and do a little bit of work on this. Gosh, I wish I could change the lighting a little bit, but I guess there's not a lot I can do. Okay, so I got a little handy dandy sheet. I had to try and figure out some colors that my sister wanted me to work on. Or because again, this is my sister's creation. So crap. I'm already forgetting stuff. So let's go ahead. Let's work on the wings, okay, so ALY and 156, gotcha. Light blue, and here we go, 156. So let's see what I can do. Well, first I need to sharpen this a little bit. Looks like there is already a little bit of blue on it. Not a lot, but a little bit. I probably know why I didn't do too much with the wings quite yet, because I think the wings are supposed to be, the way that I'm kind of envisioning them, is like semi-transparent, I guess. And I've never really done an underwater scene either, so this is this is definitely gonna be tricky. Actually, no. What I should do first is probably finish up this background. Okay. Let's freaking see. I definitely need to make that a bit darker. Or at least some parts of this I do need to make much darker. Probably gonna have to use some grays as well. But for now, let's just start with some dark blues. I'm partially wondering why I did this to myself. An underwater scene, but I wanted to do this for my sister, so no getting out of it now. I mean, I've already finished 3 of these. Does anybody? I think I've actually put them up on my Discord server. Has anybody seen the other 3 dragons that I've been working on over time? Jesus. 770 subs, and a couple of days ago I had 700. Jeez. I mean, I noticed that a little myself, but I wasn't totally paying attention to that. Like, it's crazy that it jumped up that fast. And pretty nice gradients so far. I mean, kind of, sort of. Still working on some of the gradients. Gradients is not always a very easy thing to accomplish, especially with colored pencil. It can be pretty nice and easy to accomplish with digital art. I know a bunch of digital artists that are actually pretty good with stuff like that, but colored pencil, it just doesn't seem quite as easy, because I mean, with digital art, you can use like, the blur tools and gradient type tools. I don't know. There's just a whole bunch of tools you can use for stuff like that. But colored pencil, yeah, it's not exactly that easy. Abhorrent with traditional art coloring. Well, let's just say that when I started out, I was definitely exactly the same way. I was pretty abysmal at it. Okay, let's actually. No, what are the back again? Crap, I already forgot. Oh, wait, here we go. The blue green and the 154. Let's see. Wait, where's my blue green? Come on, where are you? No, where's my blue-green? Oh, crap on a cracker. Oh no, don't tell me I don't have it. Dad. Okay, that's mildly okay, I can't really work on the back just yet. Damn! Where did I put the blue-green? Did I? Oh no, I didn't take it. Oh no, I didn't take it with me. The blue-green has absolutely escaped. This is not okay. Okay, crap on a cracker. Okay, so that means I can't work on any of the back features. Yeah, rip blue-green. Well, I mean, I'm not exactly home right now, so I can't just go ahead looking for it. Let's see. Should I try and work on the background that's happening within the wings, or should I start down here a little bit? No, not the blue-green. Yeah, should I start down here, or should I start working on like the sort of transparent background within the wing? I'm not sure which I should do first. Lower section. Okay. Let's see if I can. There, that should be better. All right. So then, all right, I guess I'll just start working on that. What color should this be? This little like coral thing I've got right here. I've got a variety of colors. Some reds, oranges, yellows, bunch of greens, a lot of blues, some purples and pinks. I mean, I got some browns, but I don't think that's a good thing for color. Easier to make the central focuses pop if the background is set first. Okay, yeah, no, that makes sense. That does make sense. Again, see, as long as I've been doing traditional art, even I don't really know everything. Let's see. What if I did like, okay, I've got a violet, which actually is a little bit lighter. Actually, no, this one is a little bit lighter. That might actually be a better one to use. What if I combine some violet? Orange is a good contrast to blue. Ooh, that is a good point. Yeah, especially if there's going to be like lots of blues. Let's actually, ooh, I've kind of got an idea. What if I like combine, and I know it's not purple, but what if I combine a little bit of like orange with a little bit of pink? That seems like that could be a pretty good combination, especially in contrast with a lot of the blues. Because yeah, there's the dragon that's blue. There is the background, which is probably going to be mostly blue. So down here, I definitely should make a bit of a contrast of colors. All right, let's start with a little bit of a light pink base first. I'm just going to be applying a simple base to the entirety of the coral first before I add any orange, and then I'm going to start working on shading after that. I tell you, shading was one of the hardest things trying to learn. You know, for traditional art at least. And like I've never really had any professional training in this before. Like this is just stuff that I'm coming up with on the spot. Just stuff that's kind of pulling its way out of my mind. Or no, that didn't really sound right. That did not really sound right. Okay, so that part is probably going to be a little darker. And if I get outside the lines just a little bit, it's really no big deal. Pretty much any colors that are going to be in the background around this coral are probably going to be pretty dark, so it's going to cancel it. Well, not really cancel it out, but it's going to negate it a little bit, I guess you could say. Okay. Curse me deciding to be so freaking detailed. But that's kind of how I do. That is really just kind of how I do. Okay, so if I start adding some orange to there, well, some light orange actually. Nope, that's not what I'm trying to do. Don't frick it up. Okay, try and get with the sharper edge to stick inside the lines as much as possible, because again, it's not necessarily a bad thing to go very far outside the lines, but I don't want to do it too often. I know I tend to have a habit of doing that sometimes. Although I will say that using illustration pen lately has really been helping. I started using illustration pen about I want to say a month-ish ago, and it's helped me like stay within the lines whenever I'm coloring, for one thing, but especially with the comic that I draw, because similar to the giant tattoo that you have covering your shoulder. Nice. Nice. You got a big old. My sister wants a dragon tattoo at some point, and she thought it would be kind of cool if I designed it. And I think I attempted a couple times, but I haven't really gotten the right design for it. And those are my words, not hers. Let's see. Okay, now I start darkening things up just a little bit in some of the areas. What was I saying? I was saying something. I don't exactly remember. I never remember anything that I say. This is ridiculous. My memory is absolutely abysmal. It is just terrible. It's absolutely terrible. I don't know if you guys can hear the music in the background. Can you? I mean, because I mean, yeah, sure, I'm talking a little bit, but I also usually need something for myself. Okay, you can vaguely hear it. And maybe I'll just turn it up just ever so slightly. Just slightly. Let's see. So again, I don't know how well you can hear it, but the music I actually have playing is by a YouTube artist. I've actually, because they do make like a bunch of, copyright-free music and stuff like that. But, oh gosh, I really wish the color was a little bit better, because it definitely looks a little darker and it looks a little bit more pinkish. But no, the music I've been using for my videos for quite a while is by an artist named Akila. I just kind of randomly discovered them a little while back. And I don't know why. I kind of like their sort of like techno-ish style of music. And I actually got a whole bunch of new songs from them relatively recently. Okay, so what if I start really starting to darken some of the effects down here. Okay. Pretty nice, lighthearted. Yeah, no, that definitely, I can agree with that. If you're talking about the music, I assume you are. But yeah, it's definitely kind of nice and lighthearted. I definitely enjoy that about Nikila's style. What are you doing, Daisy? Sorry, at the moment, technically reminded you of a reaction suggestion you said send. Okay. Because I'm pretty sure that you are on Discord, so yeah, you can probably just send that through there. Or through here. That could probably work too, and I could quickly make note of it. Or maybe not. It's kind of hard to tell. I mean, because I'm like half paying attention to this, and then kind of looking over at the chat every now and then. I hope you guys aren't too bored by this. Again, I've never done this before in my life. Yeah, that's right. That's right. You are. See, it's easy when people use the same names for like, YouTube and Discord and whatever. Hey, stop it, Deuce. Yeah, it's easy when people use the same names for platforms like those, and then I almost always tend to forget when people use different names for different platforms. Because again, once again, my memory sucks. What is your deal, Deuce? Seriously. Okay, yeah, that's good. And again, it's not a lot of people, but I am just glad that I'm able to entertain you, even if just for a few minutes, even if you just pop up here like for a minute, or if you're staying for a while, or if you're coming in and then waiting half an hour and then coming back, even though this hasn't even been going on for half an hour. It's been going on for How long is it? 15 minutes already? Sheesh. That's a little wild. I'm gonna have to make some slight changes to that, but I think for now that should be okay. So I've got some seaweed that's going on right here. That is definitely gonna be like a sort of darkish green. Actually, I wonder. No, I think it's gonna. All right, so let's see. I kind of like that one a little bit more. I have nothing better to do. I mean, yeah, fair enough. That too. Hi, Daisy. You want to come down, or just stand up there? That's fine. What? I heard that. Oh yes. Hi, sweetie. Hi. So yeah, I'm actually dog sitting this weekend. We're playing Stardew Valley. Ooh, interesting. Yeah. Oh geez, what was I saying? I'm actually dog sitting this weekend. Until like tomorrow afternoon / evening. Got one of them. He's a pretty chill black lab, although he can be feisty sometimes. But then I've also got a Great Dane tripod. She's a bit older, but she is an absolute sweetheart. But yeah, she's a pretty big dog. Oh my, yeah, you can probably hear her click clacking. She is she is a big dog. Tell him we. Deuce, apparently you're a good puppy. Daisy, so are you. Where'd you go? What the? Okay, she's probably under the table or something like that. Or just behind the bench where I can't really see her. Yes, you are both good puppies. Which is funny because I think they're both on like the older side. Daisy definitely is, and I think Deuce is, but I don't think he's as old as Daisy. I don't know the exact ages. I'm not terribly happy with the screen, but I kind of saw that coming. So, age doggies. Yep. Let's see. Let's actually add a little bit of apple green into the mix, and then I can probably darken it a little bit. Okay, I can accept that color a little bit better. I do like that one a little bit more. And I swear, why do these things take so freaking long? Sheesh. And again, this is just kind of the project that I'm working on now. But again, if any of you have ideas for like little sketches or doodles, because it's not like I just want to draw necessarily the ocean, draw the seaweed. Oh my god! Wow, jeez. That sounds very similar to that sounds almost exactly like a kind of pun that my boyfriend would make. Like, if it has to do with biology or science or animals, oh, you can believe that he is on top of those kinds of puns. Seriously. Yes, drawing the ocean drug. No, that's probably not a good color to use for that. This might actually be a good color to use for darkening, or at least darkening certain spots of it. Yeah, that looks a little bit better. Yeah, again, this is just the project that I've been working on a little bit lately. Yeah, if anybody has any suggestions for like maybe some quick sketches and doodles that I can do, that would actually be really cool. Because again, like I don't want to just be doing the same thing for throughout the entirety of this. Like and it's kind of nice to engage with viewers from time to time as well. So there is that. Have I played the game Little Nightmares? No, but I've heard of it. I know a bunch of big YouTubers played it some time ago when it came out. Was it like 2017, 18? I don't exactly remember, but I know I've heard of it. There aren't there a couple of like DLCs or something like that? I think, but I don't remember for sure. I bet if I used a game as fire. Yeah, is it like a platform horror game or something like that? Little Nightmares is having a sequel in February. It'd be cool to see you play them in the DLCs. Interesting. Well, as long as my computer can handle it. I mean, I don't really see a problem with that. And I've been meaning to play a different horror game again, relatively soon. I don't know why. I'm curious to know what it would be like if I played a horror game. My sorry laptop can handle it. Okay. I just always want to make sure because sometimes I never really know. Because like because yeah, my computer can handle games kind of like Factorio, which I actually played the demo of recently, and like games like Minecraft. But then you pull up games like Layers of Fear and Subnautica, and my computer has trouble handling it. And it's a pretty good computer. Like it's a pretty good computer. It's relatively new. I got it after I graduated college in 2018. It was a gift from my parents. I mean, it has a terabyte of storage, and I wish I was joking, but I mean that's a freaking lot of storage. But it definitely has some good graphics and stuff. But obviously, it's not necessarily meant as a gaming computer. But that doesn't mean it can't handle games from time to time. So I just never really know which it can and which it can't handle, kind of thing. I'm not sure why I went immediately for pink with this particular creature, but I figured it was kind of going to be one of the best lighter colors to contrast with the crap ton of blue that I know is going to be in this thing. Here, get out of the way. Let's see. Again, shading is a really tricky thing. Part of me is just kind of coming up with this stuff as I go along. What to do? Not exactly how I wanted the color and shading to turn out, but I guess it's better than nothing. And again, I'm just pulling this stuff out of my ass as I come up with it, really. Because isn't that just the best way to do everything, especially art? Sure, let's go with that mentality. Let's see. No, why did I? No. Why did I just grab the orange? I have no idea why I just grabbed the orange. Definitely need to darken this area. Come on. I can always tell. Pretty good considering I didn't have a thumbnail image to work off of. It's true, I guess. Well, you can always tell when I'm getting super concentrated on stuff because then I just fall silent. I apologize. That is something that's definitely been known to happen with me. I just kind of fall silent whenever I get really focused on certain projects and whatnot. I do the exact same thing at work too, where I just get so focused on a project that I just completely shut down, I guess, in a way, and just lose focus on everything else. It's so freaking dumb. Actually, what if I did something like this in here? It's actually a little darker than I intended it to be, but that is okay. It's still going to contrast quite a bit with all the blue going on. Yeah, I suppose that should probably work. Understandable, gotta put all that brain power into the project at hand. Yeah, except I tend to put a little too much brain power into some of these art projects that I'm always working on, so that's what I tried to do. Sheesh. Let's see. Trying to think. For this little area right here, would it be better sort of like, trying to think of what color would be good for this little sandy area right here. Sandy area. I don't even know if it's sandy or if it's rock or something like that. It is something for sure. This song. This is okay, so I'm turning it up just a little bit. This is the song that has ended a lot of my videos for months and months. I don't know why, but when I first heard it, I just kind of fell in love with it. I thought it was so cool. Yeah, I love it too. I really do. A gray green might be good for the rocks. Okay, I could see that. Let's see. Since it's closer to the subject, probably not too dark of a gray, but definitely dark enough. So let's see if I can just start off with this. Oh, another thing that I sometimes struggle with in terms of drawing is giving things texture. I've gotten better at it over the years and months, but it's still something I occasionally struggle with. I definitely struggled with it with get away fly. I definitely struggled with it with my comic early on. I didn't give a lot of furs and textures to the wolves that I was drawing for my comic. But then some people kind of pointed it out, and over time I definitely added a lot more texture and a lot more detail to a lot of the wolves that I was drawing and coloring. And now, I have plenty of specific losing my train of thought. Don't do that. One thing you're good at texture with is charcoal art. Ooh, interesting. I don't think I've tried charcoal art, at least not since high school. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, if I'm going to be doing a sort of lighter grayish green in this area here, would it kind of make sense then if I did something similar in these areas as well? So maybe like a much darker grayish green right here, and then even darker here, but slowly blending in with blue as it reaches this area. I could see that. I'm not sure why. I just kind of thought of that on the spot, but I feel like that could potentially work. I just got to make sure to get the blending and the shading and all that stuff right. Thank you. I'll be completely honest. This particular dragon, I was both excited to draw and extremely nervous because I thought it would look really cool compared to some of the other dragons that I've drawn for my sister as of late. Get away, fly! I don't want you. But yeah, I was super excited to draw this one, but I was also nervous because of the fact that it's in an underwater scene, which is something I don't think I've ever done before. Okay, I'm turning you down just a little bit. Okay, so I think that's a pretty good shade of color combination for that particular thing. I'm not going to add the texture quite yet. That's going to be a little bit longer. But if I start over here with some greens, let's try and be careful not to get any onto the wing this time. Like if a color spills out onto the other parts of the ocean, then that's one thing, but I don't want something as dark and obvious as green just spilling onto the wing, especially when since it's going to be like slightly transparent. So I just need to be extremely careful. And I still don't completely have an idea of how I'm going to make it transparent, but I just know that that's what the dragons are like in my sister's story. So I got to try and stay true to that as best I can. I think I'm going to need to make this just a smidge darker. Yeah, see, I don't care much about the lines right here, but it's just when it gets really close to the wing that I'm like, okay, be extremely careful now, miss. Be careful. Oh, I've got something stuck in my throat. Sheesh. Wait, I think I know why I made some of these lighter lines here. Okay, I think I see what I was trying to do. Hold up. Let's see. Because again, this has got to be a darker shade than this area. This is also sort of like a cliffside area that I was starting to draw, hence why some of these little lines are right here. Are you click-clacking again, Daisy? Girl, you loud. You are so loud. Seaweed actually stands out pretty good against the darker green or the... No. I get what you were saying. I get what you're saying. Don't worry. No, I'd have to agree with you. So this might fudge it up slightly, but I swear I know what I am doing. I say that just before I was talking about I've never done an underwater scene before, but I swear I know what I'm doing. Because, you know, different environments require you to do different things, but some of the principles can still be kind of the same. Do you like other types of dragons? Oh, I mean, yeah, no, I've I like various different kinds of dragons. Like dragons are friggin' beast. Dragons are just friggin' awesome. But these are dragons specifically from my sister's story. So I kind of have to be a little bit careful with some especially with how I draw and color the dragons themselves. Like I have to get I'm getting approval from her as time goes on. Like when I did the initial sketch of the dragon before I even did the wings at all, like I need to get approval and I need to make some changes, and then I made some more changes and then I got approval from her after that, and then I outlined it, and I need to make some slight changes still, but then I started on the background and I made sure that I knew exactly what she wanted with regards to the background, because at least with these particular dragons, their scale color is affected by how deep they usually live. So the deeper in the water that these particular dragons live, the darker their scales will be. And obviously she doesn't have super light scales, but they're not super dark. So I kind of had to have the environment reflect that. But I also wanted to make sure that I had enough like contrasting places and colors and whatnot. I'm going way off track. I am... Okay, let me just answer the original question. Sheesh. Do I like other types of dragons? Yes. Yes, I do. I friggin' love dragons. Dragons are friggin' beast. Oops. Nope, I wanted to start out with green. What am I doing? I mean, oh my, I just realized what I said. Yes, dragons are beasts. But I mean, like, dragons are awesome. They are just freaking awesome. I mean, they're freaking dragons. How can you not like them? They're fantastic mythical creatures. You usually can't go wrong with all different kinds of mythical creatures. Even creatures of, you know, different origins, like, you know, but between, like, you know, the Western dragons, the like Chinese style dragons, Japanese style dragons, drakes, wyverns, they're all different kinds of dragons in all different kinds of cultures, and it's really cool to see what each of them looks like, but also to see how many like how many different varieties there are of dragons, even within, like, you know, art communities and stuff. It's It's pretty cool. It's really crazy what some people can come up with, like on their own, with their own spin on different kinds of dragons. Only thing you know about dragons: collecting their souls to unlock shafts. Is that like a um? Is that like some kind of game reference? I feel like it is, or I could just be a total moron, and you can just ignore everything that I'm spouting. Skyrim. Okay, so I was right. I thought so. For some reason, Dark Souls was coming in my head, and I'm like, I think there are dragon-esque creatures, but there aren't actually dragons in Dark Souls. I don't know. I don't know a lot about the game, but I honestly know even less about Skyrim. I just kind of know it exists. I know it's a very popular game out there. Because yeah, the games that I always played when I was younger were, some PS4 games, and usually nothing terribly violent or, dark, I guess you could say. Because I mean, I think a part of it too is that, my sister and I, we were girls, we were young women, like. But I think a big part of it too is that at the same point we just weren't interested in those kinds of games. Although we did get interested in this one game, Need for Speed Most Wanted. We got so we just I don't know how it happened exactly. We just loved when the cops started chasing us. Because in Need for Speed Most Wanted, it's at first regular police cars that start chasing after you. And then level 2 is when state patrol starts coming after you. And then level 3 is big ramming, like vans that literally their only purpose is to ram you, that like slam right into you and just drive off. And then find another way to slam into you again. But then level 4 was when helicopters started coming after you and like detailing every single move. And calm down, Daisy. And that's, yeah, like once you got the helicopters in, oh my gosh, what is, oh my, hello, Daisy, hello. Helicopters, yes. It was so fun. Helicopters were so fun. Ouch. Oh my goodness. Yes. Once you had the helicopters, you knew that, if you weren't good at the game, you were basically fucked. Oh my goodness. My sister and I had so much fun with that. Well, I mean, that was kind of the only like seriously violent game. We also had Simpsons Hit and Run. I mean, we could damage the shit out of other properties if we wanted, or, just property in general. We could bust up cars and stuff. Now that is a good game right there. Simpsons Hit and Run. It's like you can drive around Springfield however you damn well please, and you can do it as either Bart, Lisa, Marge, or Homer. And there are all different kinds of levels and vehicles for like for each level and each character and stuff. But you can like, drive around like it's freaking Need for Speed or something. But then you can do all kinds of missions, and you can explore Springfield on foot. You can go inside the Quickie Mart. You can go in the police station and in all kinds of houses. It's that right there is one of the best Simpsons games ever made, in my personal opinion. Maybe even it's the best Simpsons game ever made. We had Simpsons Hit and Run to the hospital I went to once, and the staff revoked it. Oh no, that sucks. It's a damn shame. It really is a fantastic game. It's so freaking good. What were some of your guys' favorite games growing up? I mean, I know my sister and I certainly had a bunch, but what about? But my sister and I did also grow up a little bit differently from plenty of other kids, even young girls our age. So what were some of your guys' favorites? Literally any Kirby game. Nice. I've never actually played any kind of Kirby game, but I know a lot about like the character in general. So I'm pretty familiar with, how his abilities work, but I've never played a Kirby game. Wait, you said literally any Kirby game? How many freaking Kirby games were there? Were there really that many? I mean, I know that there's some franchises like, Mario and Sonic and Kingdom Hearts and Fallout and whatnot that have plenty of games and iterations and stuff. But were there really that many games on Kirby? I mean, I guess that's not totally surprising. I mean, Kirby's a pretty well-known character. I mean, he's in freaking Smash for a reason. Love the Harvest Moon games, BioShock, WWE games for the Xbox, Beyond Good and Evil, Jet Set Radio Future, Bratz Mass Effect 2. Wow, that's a lot. I recognize some of those titles. Harvest Moon games, that sounds vaguely familiar, but I'm not entirely sure. BioShock, Mass Effect, yes, those I am definitely familiar with. Like, you don't need to be a professional gamer to know what those games are and how big of an impact they had on the gaming world in general. Like, those games were some game changers, pun kind of intended. Jet Set Radio, though. I have actually not heard of that one. But again, I wasn't like, a big gamer or anything like that. I mean, I'm a lot more familiar with, games and titles and stuff nowadays, like either because of Let's Plays that I watch or Watch Mojo. I like watching Watch Mojo lists, especially of various games, like, games that had impact, difficult levels, impossible bosses, and like I've seen a whole bunch of videos on all the games and stuff that they've talked about. So I definitely know about a lot of games, and I know impact of a lot of games. And again, I've watched a lot of Let's Plays of various games. Like, oh my gosh, it is so dumb. The YouTuber that first introduced me to YouTube and gaming in general, like it's so dumb. Like I sometimes still can't believe that it was that particular YouTuber that got me so interested in YouTube gaming in the first place. Like, it's so dumb. Sometimes I question it, but I mean, what can I do? Jet Set Radio, basically a game of teens on roller skates fighting back against a super corporation ruining their area. Oh boy. It's only vaguely, but that plot, the general plot, not the specific one, but the general plot kind of reminds me of the plot to, what was it called? Step Up 4 Revolution. Or it's a movie. It's personally, I love Step Up 4, or at least I love a lot of like the dances and stuff in that particular movie. If you don't know what the Step Up franchise is, there's something wrong with you. I mean, yeah, no, that's a really well-known franchise. It's got like 5 movies, I'm pretty sure. That sounds about right. Wow, I can't believe some people have honestly been hanging in. Something wrong with me? Oh no! Don't tell me you haven't heard of it. Oh damn. I'm late. That's a cool. Why'd you have the question mark, Small Bear? Why did I just call somebody? Okay, I didn't know I needed to call somebody out like that. Hello. Isn't that a dancing game or something? It's not a dancing game. It's actually a series of movies. For those of you who are just joining, I was just talking about Step Up. It was basically a series of movies that really started to bring, dancing movies and competitions into the spotlight a lot more than they had been in the past. Looks like it. No, it is a dragon. It is definitely a dragon. Gosh, I keep going back and forth now. Oh, that's freaking fantastic. Oh my goodness. Yes, Cedric. No, okay, legitimately, that is what it is called. My sister has dubbed it the Sea Dragon. Or at least, one of the many sea dragons that exist in her story. Because again, for those of you who might not know, a bunch of the dragons that I've actually been drawing recently have been my sister's characters, and the idea or the hope, I guess, is to have me draw out all the base character models, I guess you could say, of these dragons, and then we can start working on a like comic story together where where I like, you know, do the outlines for the pages and for the dragons and some of the environments, and she finishes it off digitally because she's a little bit better at digital art, whereas I tend to excel in traditional art more than I do digital. I mean, that being said, I can still do digital art from time to time, but it's not what I trained myself in, I guess you could say. I'm much more familiar with, and I'm a lot better at traditional art than I am at digital art. But again, I can do both, but I do have preferences is all. How long have I been drawing? Oh, geez. I think I started drawing pretty soon into my sophomore year of high school. So that was, oh, frick, what year was that? I think that was 2011, actually. So, holy moly, that means I've been, holy moly, yeah, that means I've been drawing for 9 years already. Jesus. But wait, that means that I didn't start on the comic until a year and a half later. I thought it was only half a year later. Okay, interesting. I hadn't realized that. Gotta go. Have fun watching and engaging. Yeah, no. See, I'm glad you enjoyed for a little bit. That's pretty cool. Again, I'm really happy that I've been able to keep people entertained or engaged, however you want to put it, for as long as I have. That's actually really cool because again, this is the first time I've ever done anything like this. So, hooray! But yeah, no, I've been drawing for 9 years already. That is insane. Because yeah, I think some of my first deviations that I ever put on DeviantArt were in like I'm pretty sure like September of 2011. Actually, I recently worked on a dragon redraw of something that I did in September of 2011. That had to have been one of my earliest drawings. But no, I recently redid it. I put it up on Discord and I think DeviantArt as well. And I was actually pretty happy with the changes that I made. Like I actually gave the second version a like more of a defined background. Actually, hold up. Do I have it in here by any chance? It's possible, but I'm not entirely sure. No, I think I do. Aha, I do. Here we go. Yeah, so this is the redo, but no, because again, I drew something that was very similar to this about 9 years ago, but my shading is a lot more defined, and I actually did a much more defined background, and you know, the dragon looks a little bit more anatomically correct compared to the previous one. So, hooray! Aha, here we go. Here's Nami. Here's Nami again. That's the dragon's name. The background of the grassy bit finished. Near the tail. Not exactly. It's not really finished yet. Again, this is kind of what I've started with. Again, like it actually looks a little bit darker than this. It is supposed to look a little bit misty and foggy, but more like, you know, she is relatively, not very, but she's relatively close to like the surface of the water, and you know, there's some sun rays shining through. I've never done an underwater scene, so I'm kind of like, you know, making things up as I go along. How many times have I said that? I swear. It's been 50 minutes. I'm pretty sure I've said something along those lines at least 5 times. I'm not even joking. Okay, so I feel like I'm going to need to add a little bit more green in some of these areas, but let's see if I can start off with some blending first. Except let's actually switch it up. And oh, you thought it was grass? Like up here? Is that what you mean? Oh yeah, no. I'm not like an expert at drawing or anything like that. I've only been doing this as a hobby for 9 years already. But no, thank you for saying something about that. Yeah, I've been drawing a long time. Never really had any solid professional direction before. I've kind of just been just doing really. No, underneath at the bottom. Oh, I see what you mean. Oh, you mean kind of like that? It's supposed to be seaweed. Again, it's not finished. The background is definitely nowhere near finished. I'm just getting some of the basic colors and stuff in for the time being. Yeah, finishing details definitely will not be happening for a little bit. Like, you know, I've started to do a little bit of shading, but no, I haven't done all the shading, and I haven't done a whole lot of textures yet. I've done some on the character herself, but not all of them. Yeah, no worries. No, it's fine. It's definitely going to be a little bit before it's finished. I'm probably not going to be able to finish it, but I think the initial plan for this video was, you know, probably work on this for a little bit. And again, if anybody has any ideas for like little sketches they want to see me do or something like that, then I can certainly do that. What the hell was this supposed to be? It looks like a freaking cloud, but this is underwater. That I have no idea what that was supposed to be. Hey, Daisy, what are you barking at? What are you barking at? Sea cave? Maybe. I mean, it doesn't sound right, but I could probably turn it into a sea cave. Maybe. Hi, Daisy. Hi, Mama. I know you probably want pets, but I got some stuff to do, Mama. Careful now. Don't bump everything. No, I'm definitely glad that some people are, you know, staying for as long as they have. That actually makes me really, like, even if it's only like, you know, 3 or 4 people, like that actually makes me really happy, either because, you know, they got nothing better to do, and it's just, you know, it exists. Maybe it's something they have on the background while they work on homework, or you know, some other project, or I don't know, maybe they're watching multiple videos at once. Who the frick a frock knows? I'm wondering what color I should use. I think the dark blue is kind of the way to go in this case. Let's go ahead and try that. All right. Okay, here's where it gets a little bit tricky, because I gotta be very careful of the blending here, and I gotta make sure not to get the character too much. Man, I did not realize how much of a task it would be drawing this underwater scene. What have I done to myself? How regular do you think these streams will be? I don't know if I can stay too long, but it's really relaxed. I actually don't know, because again, this is the first time I've done any live stream, really, like especially an art live stream, because normally I've only really had a couple of speed paints or speed draws or something like that. So can't really say how often I might do something like this, but if I did one, like maybe, I don't know, once a weekend, once every other weekend or something like that, that would actually be really cool. And again, it would also get a chance for, you know, some viewers to engage with me, even if it's not a lot, and even if it's not necessarily for very long. I think that it would be really, really fun, really cool. But I think a weekend would also be a much better day anyways, because, you know, whether people might be at work, whether they might be at school, because I know that, you know, lots of schools or stuff are opening again. I know I got plenty of high school age viewers and something like that. So I feel like a weekend would probably be the best way to go. It's really the best way to go for me too, because, you know, I do have a full-time job. So I mean, theoretically, I could do it on like some kind of work day as well, but it'd probably be later in the evening where I'd be like, yeah, I don't have the right lighting, and I don't feel like I want to do one of these for very long. But I figured that doing it on a weekend much earlier in the day, when my voice has not yet been lost, which I can already feel the effects of having talking for this long. I know I've done that with some videos where it's like, oh, but you talk for like, you know, 2 hours at a time or something. But man, it gets really tiring on your voice when you're not used to it, I guess. So maybe that's something I need to work on, is getting more used to it. I mean, you'd think I'd be a little bit more used to it right now, but what do I know? This is also me. I'm also not usually a talker, period. Because yeah, normally, like I'll sometimes have conversations with my sister every now and then, but weekends as well. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I kind of figured something like that would be the case. Kind of why I decided to do it today on the Saturday. Although it would be kind of fun if I did this again on Monday, because well, I mean maybe because Monday is Labor Day weekend, which in the U.S. means pretty much a lot of people get the day off of work, and or they don't have to go to school, or don't have to do school, I guess. Although I suppose for the rest of the world, that date technically has no meaning to anybody else. But every country has their customs, their holidays and stuff. So I mean, every country is different. The company, Monday shaking up the floor. I know. But yeah. But no, like the company that I work for is based in Germany. Like all of a sudden I'll be hearing, oh, well, they've got a holiday that's happening, this day and this day in the same month. And I'm just like, what the heck is going on here? But then I'm like, well, I mean, Germans don't have, Labor Day. They don't have Memorial Day. They don't have, oh, what's that other holiday? I can't remember. It's kind of well, I mean, they don't have 4th of July either, but there's another one that I'm trying to think of, and I can't think of what it could be, but yeah, Germans have a very different schedule than the Americans do. Where was I going with this? I'm going somewhere. What do I do for work? No, it's not too personal at all. No worries. I actually work for a company that creates instruments and chemicals for water clarity, water treatment, and color measurement. It sounds complicated, and I promise it's not. Actually, that's probably the simplest I can explain what I do for my job. But no, it's not too personal at all. It's really no big deal. Generally speaking, I'm kind of an open book. Like, I don't really care what people know about me. Like, I even don't necessarily care where I live. Well, I mean, I care, like, I don't want them to have my exact address or any nonsense like that. But it's like, people know I've probably mentioned before, people know that I live in Colorado. They know, they might know that I live in Fort Collins. And again, I don't care if people know that. I really don't. But yeah, no, generally speaking, I'm a pretty open book. I don't really have a lot to hide, honestly. I just really don't. I'm like, it's kind of weird because I always kind of see myself as something of a private person, where I don't really talk to people very much, and I kind of keep to myself whenever I'm doing my own thing. But I guess when you add YouTube into the mix, the formula kind of changes a whole bunch. Do I use fountain pen for drawing? That's a good question. I use illustration pen. I don't know if it's classified as fountain pen. Here, I actually have some of my pens with me. I've been trying out a few different brands so far. Here, these are actually the two I've been using a lot, is Micron and this Tombow. And again, I don't know if this is classified as fountain pen necessarily, but I mean, it is classified as illustration pen. Fountain pen, I actually have no freaking clue. I mean, it could be. I should really stop working on that part of the background. Okay, so I think I've established the background enough. Like, I still have yet to add some textures and whatnot, but I think I've established the background enough where I can start working on the background within the wings. Because again, if you didn't know, the wings are semi-transparent. So, what color would the skin on the wings and in between the bits on the head? Wait. What color would the skin on the wings and in between the bits on the head? dip pens. Dip pens? Gosh, I wish I could say. I only started using this kind of pen like pretty recently. Depends. I'm not entirely sure. It says micropigment ink for waterproof and fade-proof fine lines. I don't know if that is. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure if that's what you mean. Again, I only started using pen for my drawings and my comic relatively recently, so I'm not entirely sure. What color would be okay? So there is a slight bit of color on the wings and like in the fins already. It's just really hard to see because of how light the video is. Don't force myself. No worries. Or I guess I apologize. Is that something I apologize? No. I'm not even going to go that far. No, there is actually some color already. It's just very light right now. It's a very light blue. Wow, that took way more time than I thought. But no, I know that they're still going to be a little bit dark with some of these. So like, okay, so if see you later. Good night. It's like 1:30 for me, but good night to you. I suppose probably in Europe would be my guess. Because I know that Germany is like 8 hours ahead of me. India, okay. So I mean, I wasn't okay. No, I was a little bit off, but I had the right idea. That's the thing. I had the right idea. Salmon could be nice to complement the blue. Ooh, that's right. That's right. You live in Ireland. You mentioned that. My memory is terrible, but I do remember things from time to time. Salmon could be nice to complement the blue. Like salmon where? Where are you suggesting that? All right, yeah, no, bye. Have a good night and sleep well. Let's see if I can just. I don't like how much of a line that's leaving that. Can you see? You can't really see it a little bit. Skin of the wings and the head bits. I mean, I could see how that would make sense, but again, this character is not mine. This is my sister's character. So I kind of got to go with what she wanted is all. But no, that does sound like an interesting color choice. But again, if it were my character, I may have done something similar to that. Yeah, no need to apologize. It's totally fine. Okay, so I can see that. I think the video is too light where you really can't see it, but I can definitely see where I marked that thingamabob. Okay, so let's see if I can start giving it a little bit, not too much, just a little bit. A little bit of darkness. A little bit of dorkness. And it's not looking great now, but I got a pretty good idea of what I'm trying to do. Pretty sure. So is there a story behind the character? Or is that for after it's finished? So actually, funny enough, there is a story for this character. Again, this character and a bunch of the dragons I've been drawing recently. I'm pretty sure I have actually. No, I know for a fact that I have 2 of them on Discord, or it's like submitted in Discord. But no, I've been working on some dragons recently, and because for my sister's story, like again, they're all like her characters and stuff. But the idea was kind of that, she would write out the story and I would start to create a comic page out of it. And I would illustrate it myself and I would outline it and probably outline some of the background and, the panels as well. And then she would finish it off with some digital art because that I wouldn't say that that's her specialty, but she definitely likes doing that much more than I do. So the hope is kind of to turn something like this into a comic. Now, I don't think it'll be as detailed as anything like this, like what I'm doing. The coloration will probably be a lot simpler, but I like to go above and beyond, and my sister has actually been really happy with some of the results so far, except for one of the dragons. I kind of fudged up with the legs just a slight bit, but that was just the first dragon. So hip, hip, hooray. Actually, now that I think about it, because again, I don't think that I have... I know for a fact that I have one of them on Discord, but I don't think I have the other. Let's actually see if I can just show them real quick, because I know for a fact that they are all in the sketch. Here we go. Here we go. So this is the first character that I drew. The legs are slightly iffy in terms of muscle shape and stuff. So that's that. This character's name is Hibana. And again, my sister's the one who has come up with all these names and stuff. Here we go. This is, and the first dragon is a lightning dragon. She was actually really happy with this particular one. This is Roku. He is an earth leviathan, actually. And then there is one more, which I know I put up on Discord. And this is, oh my gosh, I am told, gosh. Nope. It is like this. Okay. Crap on a cracker. What is his name? I want to say Shinwa or something like that. Yeah, no, I like the green one too. The green one was definitely my favorite. I love doing the background and the design for that particular character. This one was really fun to do as well. But yes, and he's a metal dragon. And then of course, you know, I've got, oh my gosh, if I can, here we go. It's like metal armor on its back. Yeah, pretty much. That's kind of what it's supposed to look like. So I'm glad that, you know, you get that impression from that, because that was the intent for sure. And again, I like some of this. I had some creative free will on what I was going to be drawing for like especially some of the features of these characters, like these markings and like, you know, this fan shape and a couple of the other little random features with this dragon and some of the others are ones that I took a little creative liberty with and was kind of just like, okay, well, my sister has no idea what she wants me to do, so I'll just come up with something. It took me a couple of attempts for most of what I came up with, but eventually I did come up with something that she seemed to like. So that is definitely good. I feel like this should be a little bit darker, but at least I got a better outline of what I'm supposed to be doing, kind of thing. Good question. Holy moly, it's been over an hour already? Sheesh. Goodness gracious. I am definitely going to need some white to sort of blend a bunch of this stuff. Ow. I don't know what that was. It was like a hiccup of some kind. Okay, so if I add some blue here and then start to add a little bit of green towards the bottom. Ireland has pretty big mythology with dragons in our marshes and swamps, but the more giant worms and serpents. So, no, there are plenty of like legless serpents and dragons. Again, like there are dragons from all different kinds of mythologies all over the world, and they all look so different. It's really cool. I think if you were to classify that, it might be like a variation of a worm, which is WYRM. As far as I know, they're typically legless and wingless, but there are a lot of different variations of them. But I think that that's what that might be, something like that. But yeah, there are all different kinds of, again, like, you know, you got the Western style dragons, you got the drakes of like Scandinavia, I believe is where a lot of their, no, it's either Scandinavia or Britain is where the origins of drakes come from. Or maybe it could have been the Vikings too. I can't exactly remember. But then you got, you know, the Chinese dragon style, and there's a Japanese style dragon that's similar to the Chinese style, but a little bit different as well. Oh, thank you. Yeah, no, I've been working on this for, well, I did not start this at the beginning of the stream. I am not that good. No, this was already fairly colored in. Wonder if there's a compendium of all dragons from every country's mythology. I would be willing to bet that there would be. Like, I would be willing to bet that there is something kind of like that. I'd be surprised if there wasn't. because I know that I've seen plenty of like, mythology and dragon and fantasy creature type books. I wish I could remember where I've seen them. Maybe it was at Michael's. It's an arts and crafts store. I don't know if Ireland has that at all. I don't know too much about other countries, except I know a little bit about Germany, but only because my company is based there. Yeah, I don't know too much about like industries in other countries or how global some industries are. I always rush my drawings and they turn out non-satisfactory. Yeah, I was definitely doing that with a lot of my early drawings, like really early on in my drawing career. Lately, it's much less so. It is extremely helpful when you're a kind of individual with patience, which is probably why I've been drawing so long and why I've been drawing the same comic for 7.5 years. Like legitimately, I've been working on the same wolf comic for over 7 years now. I want to say I have over 130 pages, not including the prologue. Or maybe it is including the prologue. I can't exactly remember. The prologue is 17 pages. Chapters 1 and 2 that I have so far is, I'd say about 130 pages. Not a lot of art stores. That's too bad. That stinks. Art is freaking fantastic. Honestly, if it weren't for an art server that I'd recently, as in May, if there wasn't an art server that I hadn't recently joined, I probably wouldn't be doing as often as I am now. So I am definitely very thankful for that. Where is everyone? I've been drawing since I was 5. I'm 30 now. Nice. Very nice. I wish I'd been drawing that long, but I mean, sure, you do some illustrations from time to time when you're in school and growing up and stuff, but it's different from when you do it a lot more frequently or professionally. Nah, that's not exactly what I'm looking for. That's not the word I'm looking for. Although I did do this. Oh, that's one of the projects I wanted to work on lately. I totally forgot about that. There was this like a human body type book that I made like a long time ago. I was such a nerd. Okay, well, I'm still a nerd. I was such a nerd back when I was in like, second and third grade especially. And like I ended up, putting in a bunch of facts and, ended up doing a bunch of illustrations about the human body, different parts of it, about the esophagus, the stomach, bones, heart, like all different kinds of things. And that's something that I've been wanting to work on lately was remaking that entire book with more detailed facts and with better illustrations than what I'd done in third grade. Like, I knew that there was some big project that I wanted to work on and I totally forgot what it was. Now I remember. Thank goodness. Sheesh, I am so sorry. I'm just prattling on now. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh, I'm so glad I just somehow remembered that. So it's like a biology book? A little bit. It was just kind of a book about the human body. Because again, I was such a weirdo and a nerd. Like, I was super fascinated with stuff like, dinosaurs and the human body and I know the word. Like oceanographer type stuff. There's a word for it, but I can't exactly remember what it was. But no, it was basically a book that I made in third grade about about various parts of the human body and stuff like that. That's what it was. Got top of your class in high school, but kept putting things in your art that couldn't be displayed. I drew a huge World War II skull character, but he had Marlboros in his pocket and one hanging from. Ooh, interesting. That actually sounds really cool. It's really fascinating what people can come up with, art-wise. Like it really is. Like, again, with the art server that I joined in May, like I've seen all different kinds of artwork. Like, like simple or really complex stuff that's like, shaded or with interesting ideals and concepts behind them. It's really fascinating to look at other people's work. What was I going to do? I don't remember what I was going to do. So they didn't hang it to display and I still got awards for it. Congrats to you, sir. That is definitely a nice accomplishment. Okay, this pearl, I definitely want to color it something. Nothing too crazy, but I'm trying to look for the right color. So, okay, what if I used a little bit of skin? And that's the legit name of the color on the colored pencil. It's called Skin, which I can get. Hey, you're Daisy, not Deuce. Whoops. Daisy, stop. Lilac? No, maybe something a little like that. I wish I had a lighter purple with me, but I might be able to make do. Okay. Yeah. No, I gotcha for the pearl, because I was literally just asking about that. So what if I added just a slight bit of skin, just the slightest bit, and then we all want more try not to last, but YouTubers being sensible snowflakes like me. Really? Have YouTube, not YouTubers. Yeah, no, YouTube's been a little bit iffy with that lately. I do. Well, I think part of it too is that, like, because I did react to a bunch of Markiplier's try not to laugh challenges. That was actually really tricky. And I've tried to look at some more try not to laugh challenges and stuff, but they're usually not as funny. I thought it would be cool if someone like gave me or like compiled like a list together of a bunch of videos and like random videos and stuff. I don't exactly know. Yeah, no, I saw Mark's video about that. They gave him a strike, but a few hours after he posted that video, YouTube actually rescinded the strike. They actually apologized to him for what had happened. No, funny enough, I watched Mark's video on that. I absolutely saw that. And I was just like, oh God, YouTube, what the hell are you doing now? They better. Yeah, no, absolutely agree with you on that. No, that was that was crap. And then of course, Mark in the same video, oh, keep buffering, get a check back in later. No worries. Shit happens. No, because I basically watched the entirety of Mark's video on that. And how the color doesn't seem quite right. Hold up, let's see if I can fix that. No, how like he was just don't have friends in real life, so YouTube life is extensive. Yeah, fair enough. I can get that. I mean, I'm kind of similar with my YouTube life as well. Like I didn't really do or say a lot, but once I started making a bunch of YouTube videos, I found myself getting a lot more engaged with, I guess, individuals in general. Wait, what the hell? Oh, that's my white. That's why I got confused. But yeah, like I have my own Discord server now, which I'm really happy with. A lot of people seem to be responding to it pretty well. But yeah, no, YouTube is definitely my life and kind of my sister's life as well. Like we basically watch nothing but YouTube and Netflix videos. Although to be fair, I'm usually working on something else, and she sometimes is. Yeah, our YouTube lives are definitely pretty extensive in terms of, who and what we watch. And want to start your own YouTube vids? You don't know what you would do. I was exactly the same way when I first started out on YouTube. Markiplier and Jacksepticeye in 28. Do I live with my sister? Yes, I do live with my sister. But no, in 2018, Jacksepticeye and Markiplier each had their own YouTube tours going on. Jack was just kind of on his own, but Mark was with a group of friends. And because Mark had a show in Denver of January, and then Jack had a show in Lincoln, Nebraska, where I was living at the time, in June. And we ended up going to both of those shows, and I ended up taking a lot of information. I live with Jack Daniels. Do you actually live with somebody named Jack Daniels? Oh, whoa! What did I just do? Okay, never mind. I thought I did something. You actually live with like a Jack Daniels. Are you kidding? Please tell me you're joking. Okay. Oh my goodness. I was gonna laugh. That would have sounded utterly hilarious. I kid you not. But yeah, no, I saw both Mark and Jack on tours and took a lot of information from them and just kind of started being a lot more active with my YouTube channel not too long after that. And what I kind of took away from it was that, yeah, starting a YouTube channel is definitely hard. Okay, I gotcha. I get what you mean now. I get you. Starting a YouTube channel was definitely kind of tricky because I was like, well, I don't know what to do and I don't know if I should even do this at all. But, eventually I kind of just came up with something, and that literally was kind of doing my own thing. I was kind of doing what I wanted to do. I was doing what interested me. And, YouTube gaming definitely got me into the YouTube platform in general. So of course I was getting a game from time to time, but I'm also a very weird person. Like, I'm interested in all different kinds of things. Like, I write, I draw, obviously, but I also love forensics as well. If it makes sense, I do have a bachelor's in forensic science, hence the interest. But and of course, I love animals as well, and I love vlogs as well. I just love a variety of things. I just love a variety of things, and so I kind of think that I try and allow that to reflect in my channel as much as possible. Okay, I definitely need to change the coloration on that. Yeah, don't play video games. Found Markiplier back when he released the Until Dawn Let's Play. I think he doesn't do a lot of Let's Plays anymore. At least not like extensive story-driven Let's Plays necessarily. But to be fair, there aren't a lot of games that came out recently that are story-driven, so that can kind of make some sense. I'm a CSI character in reality. I mean, I wish I was, but so many of the CSI jobs require experience in entry-level positions. It's so dumb, and I'm so mad about it. But no, I'd love to be an actual CSI in reality. Like, no joke. Not only do I just have a bachelor's in forensic science, but specifically, my bachelor's is focused. It was focused in crime scene investigation. So I was literally, hold up. Okay, what color did I even? 120, 118. Gotcha. Here it is. Geez, what the frick was I saying? I always forget what I'm saying. I swear to goodness. But no, I was taking classes, like, literally, some of the names of my classes were like bloodstain analysis, pollen analysis, forensic taphonomy, crime scene investigation, literally. And like just a bunch. The forensic photography was another one of my classes. Yeah, there was an entire semester dedicated purely to forensic photography. But I guess for a CSI, it's really kind of needed. That's supposed to work entry level, but you need to have it done before. I know, it's so freaking dumb. I applied to probably about 90 different places, at least, in the span of about, I want to say like 9-ish months. And about half of them I didn't hear from. And of the other half, I want to say probably about 70-ish% of them, I was hearing back like, yeah, stuff like, thank you for applying, but we are not moving forward. I actually only ever completed 3 different interviews out of like probably like the 80, 90 at least jobs that I actually applied for. That dragon is vibing. Yeah, no, she's pretty cool. But yeah, I managed to complete like 3 interviews. I actually heard back from one of them shortly after saying that, they did really like me. I was actually their second pick. But I unfortunately did not get the position. But yeah, a lot of entry-level positions like are asking for like a year, maybe even 2 of experience. And it's just like, if it's an entry level, then what the hell am I supposed to do to get the experience? And here's the thing, is that I actually did, I was, oops, that's not what I meant to do at all. I was actually, I interned with a sheriff's office for not a very big sheriff's office is the thing. It was the sheriff's office next to Lincoln County, or not Lincoln County, Lancaster County, where Lincoln, Nebraska is located. Yeah, Lincoln is not in Lincoln County. It's weird. But no, I interned at a sheriff's office for like 9-10 months. And I guess that just still wasn't necessarily enough. I mean, it's not like I was doing, anything super extensive. I was mostly doing office work, but I was, didn't have a big brain when I was I didn't really have career dreams myself either until like high school. I really didn't. I mean, sure, I had crazy visions and dreams and stuff, but nothing concrete until probably my junior year of high school. I went all over the place from childhood until I was a teenager, and then I just went with forensic science. Actually, I initially was thinking about becoming like a professional writer, but logically, it just wasn't a good idea. Stoned all throughout high school. Yeah, I mean, hey, my dad was an alcoholic pretty much through all of college, like even after he dropped out of college, so I suppose something like that is not really that unusual. No, I was not, though. I was antisocial. I was a nerd when I was that young. I need to change the coloration on that slightly, just slightly. Wait, which one is lighter? I'm confused now. Oh. Okay, so, okay, real quick, what's dumb is that there's this like, lighter purple and then there's a darker purple. But then you actually look at them and this one is actually lighter and this one is actually darker. It's such dumb. It's what? It's such dumb. What the hell did I just say? Yeah, yay, nerds. Nerds unite. Yeah, I like nerds too. Yeah, I'm definitely a freaking nerd. All the way. Yeah, oh man, I don't know why I'm saying was. I'm still such a freaking nerd. It's not even funny. Yeah, I definitely had a big old science-filled brain, although my social skills were extremely lackluster back then. My parents actually brought me to the school psychologist in 2nd grade, who suggested that I might have Asperger's, which is a very mild form of autism. Do you rest your pencils on your ring finger? I think so. Yeah, no, I do. I definitely do. Wait, no. Ring? Yes, that's my... Oh, no! I just looked at the underside of my hand. This is my only problem with drawing, is that my hand naturally wants to sweep across the entire piece of the... Oh, damn it. Luckily, that'll come off with soap, once I really scrub it down. Damn it. I always hate when I do that. It's so annoying, but at the same time, it's just really unavoidable. But yes, no, I do rest my pencils on my ring finger. It's just how I hold them, I guess. I'm not really sure how that happened or why it happened, but it happened, and there's not a lot I can do about it. 'Cause, nah. For getting middle finger drawers. Oh, I can't even imagine doing it with the middle finger. No, I feel like I don't have enough dexterity and control of the pencil. Like I need to be extremely stable with this finger, but then really press down with this and have these two stabilize the pencil in general. Worse with graphite. See, I don't work with graphite like ever. It's not the medium. It's not a tool I use like ever really. It's just not just... Well, I mean, part of it too is that I just don't have a whole lot of experience with graphite. Mostly I work with colored pencils. Oh, I see what I did. Hey girl, what is up? Yeah, no, it's going pretty good. I just can't believe that I've already been streaming for like an hour and a half, and again, 4 viewers. Hate pastels. I've tried pastels. It's fine. Yeah, like I don't care that I only have like 4 viewers or something like that, but consistently I've had at least 3 viewers at all. Well, I think sometimes it was 2 viewers, but for the most part, at least 3 viewers over the span of about an hour and a half. So that's actually really cool. So yes, what is up? Okay. I think I wanted to work on. Actually, let's go ahead and do the eyes. Okay, so I need 155 and my apple green. Wait, where's the 155 again? Wait, no, that's not it. Is that it? Oh crap. No, don't tell me I don't. Do not tell me I don't have it. That is not what I need right now. Oh my gosh. Please, no. Oh no. I don't think I have it. Oh my gosh. It looks like some kind of. Do I really not have it? Okay, I guess I'm not working on the eyes. Jesus. That is mildly irritating to say the least. That's the second color today that I realized I didn't even have that I needed. You know what? That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. I'll make do. I will make do. Still irritating though, to say the least. Okay. Actually, which red would be better? Oh, the red is darker than the cherry. Yes, that makes sense. When you draw digitally, you usually draw base first, but when I draw paper, I do it freehand. No, I mean, I can kind of get that too. Nice. Do you prefer digital over traditional? Because it sounds like you do both. You're gonna watch some Let's Plays. I'll be back if I'm still live. We'll see what happens. But thank you for watching and for kind of joining the conversation. I'm glad I was able to entertain you for a little bit. So yay. No, usually whenever I do my traditional art, I usually do it freehand too, but I'm also trying to come up with a base at the same time. It's just how I do, but ow. No, Chloe, do you prefer ouch. Digital over traditional? Because again, it does sound like you do both. Whether you have a preference for one or the other, I'm not entirely sure, but it's pretty cool that you do both. I do some. That's not where that goes. I use some digital art from time to time. It's definitely not quite as good. Digital when you're at home and freehand when you're at school, not doing any work. Okay, no, that absolutely makes sense. I took a digital art class in high school, so that's how I at least know how to do some of the stuff that I do. I was also using a program. I think it's pretty much an art program. It's called GIMP. When I was in college for a few of my forensics classes, so I became pretty familiar with how to use that. So I do know a thing or two about some digital art, but yeah, traditional is definitely my jam. No, it sounds like you do a pretty good mix of both. Yeah. Freehand when you're yeah, it makes sense that you'd be doing freehand at school when you don't have any work to do. That makes sense. That's exactly the kind of thing that I would do when I was in high school, starting to draw and stuff. I would occasionally do it in college, but not as much. It depended on the classes. If it was a chemistry class or if it was a chemistry class or a forensics class, sometimes if it was a physics class, I wouldn't do anything like that. But other classes, I would sometimes do it from time to time. Although there were other times where I was like, I don't want to bring too much attention onto myself. So sometimes flip a clip. I've never heard of that. Even though it's for animating. I suppose it kind of makes sense. No, I've never actually heard of that. Huh, interesting. But no, more often than not, instead of drawing in classes, I would usually write in classes, write in a notebook. One of my dozens of stories. God, I have too many stories. No, that was what I usually ended up doing, because then, at least then, it kind of looked like I was doing some work or writing notes from time to time, even though I really wasn't. I wasn't the perfect student, but, you know, I did pretty well. I did very well at my forensics classes, and man, those chemistry classes, those were something else. College chemistry classes. If you don't have to take college chemistry classes, avoid them. They are the worst. I absolutely hated them. But with my forensic science degree, I needed to take 2.5 years of chemistry. And here's the thing, is that in forensic science, for my degree when I was in college, calm down, Daisy. Because there was the crime scene investigation route within the degree, but there was also the forensic biochemistry route. I went the crime scene investigation route, and I still had to take 2.5 years of chemistry. I had to take a year of general chemistry, a year of organic chemistry, and a semester of quantitative chemistry. And those were not fun. They were not. I hated chemistry so much. I mean, I retained quite a bit, but that doesn't change the fact that I absolutely detested them. I hated those classes. Physics was meh, and biology and microbiology were fun, but they were just kind of hard. But no, I hated chemistry. God, it was so irritating on so many levels. You guys have no idea. Unless you've taken chemistry classes in college, in which case you know exactly what I'm talking about. But if you haven't, you have no idea, and if you can, avoid them. Do not take chemistry classes. Wish I could show you some of my artwork, but I can't. Mostly South Park fan art. Let me guess, like South Park fan art relating to future seasons. Tell me I'm wrong. Yeah, that's something I might try to do eventually, is maybe some like South Park fan art in some way. I'm not entirely sure how I would do it exactly, but yes. Because I feel like, at least in terms of my, let's see if I can, there we go. At least in terms of my YouTube channel in general, that is definitely something that I'm fairly well known for, is are my South Park reactions. It's something a lot of people it's what my channel is primarily known for, I want to say. I've been known for doing other things as well, and there are some people that watch variety of content from me, but I'd say, primarily speaking, a lot of people know my channel from my South Park reactions. Because, I mean, if you don't know, but I'm assuming you probably likely do, is that, like, I do South Park reactions to entire episodes of South Park, and I'm a blind reactor. So I watched it right from the beginning. I did not record anything from season 1 because I wanted to see if I could get myself into it to begin with. And then, season 2 came out, and it was like, stop it. Season 2, it was just like, highlights and clips and stuff. But then season 3, I think, is when I started using BitChute for full episode reactions. But then this season 6, is actually where I started, is where I started putting my reactions on BitChute, but then having review portions in YouTube. And there were plenty of reasons that I did that, but I feel like it's crazy how much the format of my reactions has changed just in the span of 5 seasons. Because I did something for season 2, and then I tried something new for seasons 3, 4, and 5, and then I tried something even different for season 6. But yeah, compared to the beginning, the format of my reactions has really changed. But again, it's just what I'm primarily known for. I'm not saying that it's not the only thing I'm known for, really, but it's definitely the thing that tends to draw people's attention the most when they watch videos from. Oh no, I just did that. Damn it! That's not at all what I was trying to do. I just can't believe that I've been managing to talk for almost an hour and 40 minutes, almost nonstop in a way. That's impressive for me. I don't normally do that. You've been enjoying the new format. Yay! That is good to hear. Hey, OP. OG. Hi, OG. What's up? Greets from Germany. Oh, thank you. Thank you for complimenting my drawing skills. Drawing or drawing skills, one of the two, or both. Who knows? Oh my goodness. Oh, Otter. Okay, so Otter Pop suddenly makes me think. So I really hope, I sincerely hope I'm gonna be able to get this on video, but there's actually something pretty exciting happening in a few weeks for me and hopefully for you guys as well. But my family and I are actually heading down to New Orleans, for a last family vacation before my parents move to Europe next spring. So it's gonna be the last time we're hanging out. But one thing that we're gonna be doing while we're in New Orleans is we are going to be swimming with the otters. Like, no joke, there are some Asian small clawed otters in a reserve a few hours away from New Orleans, and we're gonna be swimming with some otters for a few hours. So I really, really hope that I'm gonna be able to get that on video, because that would just be really cool to put on YouTube. Like seriously, my name is Otterpop. There has to be some kind of otter-related video that I post on there eventually, right? I mean, you'd think. But yeah, I'm really excited for the New Orleans trip. Yeah, no, I'm definitely want to have some fun too. Although the story behind the New Orleans trip is kind of disappointing, because we actually got tickets for the jazz festival that was supposed to happen in April. And we got them like last year at some point, but because of COVID, the jazz festival was canceled. So everything that we had initially planned was basically canceled as well. And again, the jazz festival was as well. I wasn't as excited for the jazz festival, but my parents and my sister definitely were. And I mean, not to say that, I wasn't interested, but I wasn't as excited as they were. But yeah, we were supposed to go to New Orleans in April initially, but again, because of COVID, it just didn't happen. And so now we finally have a chance to go in September. I mean, there's still COVID and still restrictions and stuff, and there's no jazz festival. But again, my family still wanted to have some fun before my parents moved off to Spain. I mean, they're hoping to go to Spain. I like jazz. I mean, a little bit. It's not quite my style of music, but I can appreciate it. No, I I wouldn't necessarily say I really like it, but I can appreciate jazz for what it is and what it's like, just what it represents as a musical genre. Oh God, get the bees out of here. Bees, wait, what? Wait, I'm confused. Did I miss something? I feel like I missed something. That's entirely possible for me. Did I miss something? Did I miss something? What about the bees? I'm so confused. What happened? Why is it so funny? Don't choke. Don't choke on my own spit. Oh my goodness. I think I mentioned this way earlier on in the live stream, but textures are not my thing at all. Oh, it's a reference to the Bee movie. Oh, that's right. I totally forgot that movie even existed. I never watched that movie. I knew enough about it to know that it's just not a good movie. It's just weird. Oh. Oh my goodness, the Bee movie. What was the studio that even made that movie in the first place? Was something dark in the picture? I mean, like strange, creepy. That would be cool, but not for this particular dragon. This particular dragon, I probably won't do something like that with. If it's maybe Hannah's night dragon, then maybe I could do something. But in this particular one, probably not. Because again, I kind of use the backgrounds to give a good idea of where the characters kind of live, and also kind of their personalities as well. Now that is now granted, these are my sister's characters. That is a stylistic choice that I decided to do. She doesn't seem to have a problem with it, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do that thingy. But yeah, that's just what I'm choosing to do. But yeah, for a couple of the other dragons, I could see something like that appearing or, you know, being in the background or something like that. But for this particular dragon, no, probably not. Probably not. It's supposed to feel and look a little bit lighter and just kind of feel more energetic overall. It's yeah, that's just what I want to do. Oh, crap on a cracker. Okay, so this is where I got to start finalizing some of the details. Well, some, not all, because somebody forgot 2 colored pencils like an idiot. Good job. What's the name of the dragon? Her name is Nami, like the character from One Piece. Funny enough, my sister had never even seen One Piece until recently, so she had no idea. Really enjoying the streams? Yeah, no, thank you for that. No, I'm glad you're enjoying the stream. And again, I've said it once, I'll say it 1,000 times. I don't care if it's only a few people. It is really cool to see people engaged, again, even for a little bit. Again, an hour and 45, for like 90% of the stream, there's been more than 2 people. And for the rest, or there's been more than 3 people. And for the rest, there's just always been like at least 2 people. The average seems to be about 4 or 5, but that's just really cool. Again, whether you're doing something and like, you know, maybe you're doing homework or something and just want something on in the background. I mean, who really cares? But if you're genuinely interested in like watching this stuff, then thank you so much. That's actually really cool. Again, I don't care if it's this few people. What is the color I wanted to use? For the wings, was it 150? Where's 156? Where's that one? No, not that one. Aha, here it is. Okay. Again, there are still 2 aspects of this that I cannot complete. One is the eyes, because I don't have the right green that I need in order for the base, based on what my sister told me she liked the color of. And then I also can't do these back parts because I'm missing the blue-green base, or the colored pencil for it. So unfortunately, there's still 2 aspects of this drawing that I cannot complete yet, but that doesn't mean that I still can't work on a bunch of other aspects of this drawing. Yeah, here's where I start finalizing the details, but here's also the potential for me to mess stuff up because, again, more often than not, I have a general idea of what I'm doing. Yeah, more often than not, I have a pretty general idea of what I'm doing, but not always specifics. So once I do get to the specifics, it's usually just me coming up with shit on the spot. So, you know, some of who knows where some of this stuff is just coming from, like however it looks. Random fact about my channel profile picture: it's a piece of fan art I made of Tweak, who's my favorite. I was wondering about that. Like I knew that your PFP was some kind of like, you know, fan art or something like that. I didn't know it was a Tweak, but I figured it was a South Park character for sure. Although it's kind of funny because your name does say Chloe does FNAF art. I always found that like slightly amusing. I mean, whether you actually do it or not, but I mean, just the juxtaposition. No, that's not the right word that I'm looking for, but I think you get what I mean. Have I seen Game of Thrones? If yes, what do you say? If no, how about reviewing it? I actually have not seen Game of Thrones, but I know that my parents love it and are obsessed with it. Reviewing it could be really interesting, but I think the only problem with some reactions, especially ones that people have been suggesting lately, is that sometimes they tend to be for pretty long-running shows. And again, just trying to do South Park reactions as is, along with all the other videos that I do, and given the fact also that I edit almost every single video by myself, trying to go into another like full-length series. Yeah, I know they're dragons. They're dragons. I know that. I do know that, but no, trying to get into another long-running series, again, especially when I'm doing all the edits myself, and whatnot, is not easy. And again, I still want to be able to push out, content for you guys every now and then, instead of just, leaving you hanging for a long time because I'm stuck trying to do reviews and reactions and stuff like that. So, I mean, for something in the future, possibly, potentially, it's kind of hard to say. Yes, big ones and small ones. Channel name was made up probably 2 years ago, so it's okay. No, I get that. That kind of makes sense. In all honesty, I don't think I will ever change my YouTube name. Like, I will forever be Otterpop. That was actually my nickname in middle school for quite a while. I used to hate it. I hated it so freaking much. But now I've learned to really like and accept it. But yeah, no, as for me, my channel name, I don't think will ever be outdated, and I don't think I will ever change my YouTube name. I will always be Otterpop. And I don't think I could be anything else, honestly. Legitimately, I could not be anything else. Ouch, my throat. Final details. Again, I wish the live stream didn't look quite so light, because it's still missing a bunch of the actual colors I put in here. Like the image is actually a lot darker than what is appearing in the video right now. I wish I could find a way to change that, but I really don't know how. Trying to think. I mean, I know that there's still a bunch of stuff that I need to do for this, but at the same time, it's like, okay, well, I know I need to do stuff, but how do I do said stuff? It's not easy. Otterpop for life, yes! Damn straight. Damn freaking straight. Otterpop forever. Yeah, if somehow I end up changing my YouTube name at any point, make sure to question me. Question me hardcore, because there is no reason for me to change that. No, I'm definitely glad to see how many people seem to enjoy, like, my videos and my personality too. Like, I'm honestly surprised how many people have taken a liking to my personality. I mean, in addition to the material that I create as well. It's really cool. Like, it's not just the fact that, my reactions or whatnot exist, or, some of my playthroughs, but, people genuinely seem to enjoy my, like, plenty of people have stated it as such, especially in some of my recent baby metal reactions. A lot of people seem to like my personality and find it, like, refreshing and honest, which, hip hip hooray. Oh yeah, I bet it will. Yeah, I am certainly hoping. Hoping? What? I don't even know what I'm saying. Okay, I need a drink of water. Oh, do I have new Discord messages? Hold up, I'm just curious. Okay, that's probably why. Oh, my mother tried calling me. Whoops! I'll make sure to do that later. Oh my gosh, I did not even know that my mother called me. And it was like 2 hours ago too. Oh my goodness. I can't believe it. Yeah, it was like 2 hours ago. It was definitely not long after I started. Well, or something like that. It was definitely not long after I started the stream. No doubt about it, because I know I checked my phone. I know I checked my phone like right before I started the stream. I was doing kind of multiple things at once. Man, I still can't believe that so many people are still watching. Yes, 4 people. I don't care. That's so many people in my eyes. Shush. Don't judge. This, again, I'm still a very small YouTube channel. The fact that some people are willing to, watch an art live stream for this long is amazing. Like, I've had, some people stay on for a while, but then be like, hey, you gotta go. But then, somebody else replaces them or something like that. I don't know. I don't care. It's still really cool. Yeah, it's still really cool. Oh no, I got a little white on the tooth. Damn it. White? No, blue. I cannot speak for the life of me. Okay, God, I'm really mad that I can't do these back scales. or well, feathery features or whatever that they are. I wish I could do them, but I can't, because that would actually be a really good contrast to a lot of the color that's already been going on. Because I'll give you a pretty good idea. This is the color that my sister picked. I mean, it looks pretty light, but it's actually it's a little bit of like a seafoam green mixed with a darker blue. Harold Bluetooth. No, yeah, it like this sort of like bluish, kind of greenish color as well that was supposed to go on the back of these, but without that blue green, I can't really do that. It would have made a pretty good, not really contrast, but I guess in a little bit of a way complement to the rest of the body and the rest of the setting. Because I mean, again, look, there is definitely a lot of blue, and I'm trying to balance that out, but it's not exactly easy. Can't speak either whenever you try to explain things. It comes out gibberish. Oh man, don't I know it. My mouth always acts long before my head does. Or no, is it the other way around? No, that's right. No, my head always just acts up first because I am ridiculous like that. Okay, how do I know that I'm still, okay, I need to put a little bit of texture down here somehow. I just got to figure out how to do that. Sheesh. If I added, actually, I wonder if I added a little bit of either pink or skin. Actually, let's add a little bit of skin to this. It's a sign of a quick thinker. I mean, if you say so. Some things I've been known to think about pretty quickly, but other things, not so much. I'll think about, definitely what I just said. Quick thinker, but all that comes out is just gibberish. Nah, I don't know. Sometimes it seems like my mind is pretty slow to figure things out, especially if it's something I'm hearing. Like I'm not an I'm not an auditory learner at all. I am definitely a visual learner. I need to see something to actually, be able to understand it quicker and commit it to memory sometimes. You just talk nonstop to keep the stream going. That's what I've been doing for 2 hours, man. Which is honestly surprising given how much effort I've put into this, even if it doesn't seem like a lot. Like, it doesn't look too terribly different from the very beginning of the stream, but it does look different enough. But it's just amazing because, oh my, Daisy, will you stop growling? You've been doing that multiple times that I've been here. Chill, girl, chill. The clam needs dark evil eyes because it's about to eat the blue chicken. No, it is not. It is no. This is not sentience. Or not like evil and highly sentient in any way. No. That is not what is happening here. I don't know what you're thinking, but no. This is a good clam. This is a very good clam. So no. Are you just trying to come up with random props to get me to continuously talk about stuff? Because if so, well done. Brilliantly played. But if you're just coming up with random stuff just cause, then that's fine too. It's all about balance. Yeah, no, I can get that. I can definitely get that. Hi, Vay. I swear. My friends are crazy sometimes, but at the same point, it's what I love about you. I found 2 YouTubers that also start reacting to South Park from the beginning, so I'm not alone. Sweetness! Here's the real question, though. Who did it first? That's what I want to know. Seriously, do find that out. I am genuinely curious. Simpsons did it. Yes, they did. Oh, Simpsons have done everything, man. It's absolutely crazy. I didn't watch The Simpsons very much as a kid, but even I knew that. Actually, I have a pretty funny story about this about The Simpsons. So apparently when I was young, like 4 or 5 years of age or something like that, my parents would watch The Simpsons a bunch because that's when it was pretty good. But the song would come on. I kid you not. I would come running into the living room, running down the stairs, whatever. I would just sit and listen to the opening. And then as soon as the actual episode started, I would just leave. I'd be like, nope, I'm done. I don't remember any of this, but apparently my parents told me it's what I did. I was a weird kid. Still am. No, still am. Still am a weird kid. Oh, man, there was almost always something wrong with me sometimes. I don't fully understand it. Pencils. No. You're fine. You're fine. You're good. You're good. You don't need to worry about that. Oh, gradients are hard. Man, it didn't turn out exactly how I wanted it to, but it's not necessarily terrible. But again, this is the problem when you work on something and you like have an idea for what you're gonna do, but at the same time you don't. Ugh, mildly irritating to say the least. But sometimes you just gotta work with what you got, especially when you're an artist. You gotta either expect the unexpected, kind of like with South Park, frankly. Sometimes you gotta expect mistakes and how to fix them too. I feel like there was something else my mind was going, but I can't exactly think of it. To be honest, most of the programs used to have amazing intros. Yeah, that's kind of true. Not so much these days. Yeah, I can kind of get that. There are some shows in recent years that do actually have pretty good openings, but no, a lot of the openings, especially in like I want to say the 90s and the early 2000s, there were so many good freaking openings to all different kinds of TV shows. One of the ones I'd most prominently remember was actually Buffy the Vampire Slayer. My mom loved that when I was younger. And I would see it pretty often too myself, just kind of randomly. I still remember the opening music. Even I haven't actually seen a full episode of that, except the Shush episode. Even if you haven't seen it, you probably know what I'm talking about. That's one of the creepiest episodes I've ever seen of anything, except Doctor Who. Just freestyle my way through. Yeah, I mean, more or less. No, like the Doctor Who, the Weeping Angels episode or something like that, and then the Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the Shush episode where everything was silent for almost the entire episode. Ooh, those were creepy episodes. Ugh. I don't even know. How in the hell did I even see Doctor Who? My parents weren't even in. Oh no, it was an old friend from high school that I don't talk about anymore because she definitely had emotional issues that she had to work out. And I'm not the most emotional person in the world, so I don't always fully understand, but she just took it to a whole new level sometimes. Oy vey. Favorite cartoon opening from the early 2000s is Invader Zim. Oh my gosh, Invader Zim! That was a freaking awesome show. It had such an interesting kid-type creep factor to it that just cannot be imitated by any other show. Like, designed specifically for kids. Oh my gosh, it was so good. Did you actually know that there's a movie on Netflix about it? It's what is called like Enter the Florpus, I think it is. I still haven't seen it. But no, it was supposed to be a continuation of the series, and apparently it's really good. It's gotten really good reviews. Trying to think, what are some of my favorite openings from like, cartoons and stuff? Yeah, I don't know. I never watched Buffy the Vampire Slayer, but I don't know why. I really like that one. Like, it was just so damn catchy. Yes, I do. I saw it and I loved it. Okay, maybe that probably means that I should probably get into it myself just a little bit as well. Because why the frick not? Heck, I watched the heck out of that show when I was younger. It was just something that the weird kid in me needed. It was such a good show. Oh my gosh. Oh, one of my favorite openings and one of my favorite shows back when I was a kid was Danny Phantom. I don't care what people say. That show was freaking great. That was one of my favorite. Like, I loved, you know, the fantasy and the supernatural kinds of shows when I was younger. That was my shit when I was younger. Danny Phantom and Avatar: The Last Airbender. I mean, that was a little bit later in my childhood, but still. Love the intro for Nightmare. You would have had to have been an 80s child in the UK for that. Yeah, I mean, the title does sound vaguely familiar, but that's about it. It sounds vaguely familiar. And see, the 90s especially, and kind of the early 2000s as well, even into the mid 2010s at times, was actually a really good era for American cartoons. There were so many great shows. Seen some stuff of both of those shows. Yeah, no, I definitely watched both shows, both Danny Phantom and Avatar, all the way through multiple times. That's how much I freaking loved it. Those are two of my favorite cartoons growing up, for sure. Crap, I've already forgotten. When did Avatar even first start getting released? Because it doesn't seem that old, but at the same time, I feel like I remember seeing it when I was fairly young. Because again, I was born in '96, so I'm a little bit of a baby, just a little bit. I'm my age is like right on the cusp between like millennial and Gen Z. It's kind of wow, 2004. Dang, I would have only been like 8, 9 years old when that would have came out then. Jeez, okay, so maybe I was really young. I feel like I remember, did I watch that for the first time when I was living in, no, I had to have been living in New York when I first started watching it. Because I lived in New York from 05 to 07. But I'm pretty sure that I was watching Avatar: The Last Airbender like right as season, like I first started watching it, I think right as season 2 was starting to get released. So I had to have been living in New York at the time that I first started watching it. I had to have been. Really? Is that really the case? I don't know. I don't always have a lot of memories of living in New York. That was not exactly the most. That was 2005. I had to have been living in New York then. But yeah, I don't exactly remember. Living in New York was not exactly a lot of fun for me. We moved because of my dad's job. I initially lived in Minnesota, actually. Because I was born in Minnesota in '96, and then we moved a couple times in Minnesota, but then in 2005. June 10th, 2005, I remember because that was my birthday. On my 9th birthday, we made the move from Minnesota to New York by car. By car. Oh, I hated that so much. And then we stayed there for a little over 2 years just before I started middle school. I moved to Colorado. Stayed there for middle school and high school, went to Lincoln, Nebraska for college, then came back to Colorado afterwards. So I've had a pretty interesting life, or at least in terms of, where I've lived. Ooh, if I do this, I do give it a little bit of a nice texture that I do kind of like. Again, I can still do a little bit, even with the missing colors that I don't have. Choo-choo-choo-choo-choo. Ba-da-bum. I'm trying to think of something else to talk about, but I can't think of anything. Oof. This is sometimes why it's useful to have viewers, because then people can start conversations and I can rattle on, because otherwise I can't think of conversation topics on my own. I'm really bad at that. Conversing is not my specialty in the slightest. Yeah, it never has been. No. No, trying to make even simple conversation has never really been easy for me. It got a little bit easier once I met my best friend in college, but wife loves New York, but she's from London, so she's yep. See, I'm definitely the suburban type. I'm not the city type. My family actually lived on Long Island though for the 2 years that we were there. And we were like a 2-hour train ride from the city. So we did go to the city quite a few times, but could we ever live there? Hell no. And it didn't matter if Dad worked on the edge of New York City. We were not living there, but Long Island was definitely really nice. Hey, to celebrate season 24 of South Park coming this September, I think you could try to draw the main cast when you're done with the dragon. Ooh, that'd be interesting. Like, just kind of like draw the main cast that I've basically seen so far, and like, in the South Park style, or my own, like I've been trying to practice on a human style or something like that. Or like what kind of style do you think I should try drawing the characters in? That actually does sound kind of cool. And also, South Park coming this September. You do realize it is September, right? It's the very beginning of September. Don't know if you knew that. Do anything I want. All right, fair enough. That didn't answer my question. Favorite movies, books, favorite math theorems? Oh my god. That is such a nerd thing to ask. Luckily, I've got a good nerd answer for that. My favorite math theorem is the Pythagorean theorem. No joke. That's literally my favorite math theorem. I don't know why, okay? I always loved geometry and trigonometry when I was in school. Don't ask, that was weird. Same, I was just over an hour from London in the suburbs growing up. The way Londers, as in Londoners, or think what? Wait, is it Londoner or Lunder? I'm confused. Was it just a mistype, or do you actually refer to yourselves as Lunders and not London? Because I thought it would have been Londoners, but hell, what do I know? Londoner. Okay. Oh my gosh. Listen to me being ridiculous. Seriously. But at least, I'm entertaining you with visuals while also being equally ridiculous at the same time. And oh, geez, did I just do that? I think I just did that. I did not mean to do that. I wasn't trying to go right to the edge of the paper, dang it. I type faster than I think. No, exactly the same way. I think a lot of people are like that, actually. But it's because of that reason that any novels I end up creating, I handwrite them before I type them out, because I type probably 90 to 100 words a minute is my average writing speed. But my writing speed is probably about half as much. So yeah, I prefer writing out first drafts of stories before typing them. Because then the cool thing is that when I write it out and then type out the second draft, I'm like editing while I type the second time around. So it actually makes for overall a better first and second draft if I write it and then type it up. So, I mean, that's how I like doing it anyways. But yeah, I think a lot of people type faster than they think. Especially if they're really fast typers, like anywhere between like 80 and 102 words a minute. If people can do that on a pretty regular basis, yeah, no, their minds are their minds are going pretty quick. Now, whether or not that's good, I couldn't tell. Hi, Small Bear, good to see you back. What is up? And yeah, looking good. I don't think it's changed too much since you've been gone. I'm trying to work out some kinks, but I don't know. It's kind of hard again. Underwater scenes, definitely not my specialty. Seriously, I'm so mad that I'm missing those couple of colors, because then it would have been perfect for me to just kind of finish it out. Like it is entirely possible I could have finished this out just in the stream, but apparently I can't, because dumb me. Oh, so what's the backstory with the dragon friend? The internet's still buggy. I'm sorry. I mean, I wish I could do something about that, but I can't. So yeah, quick backstory with this dragon. This is actually my sister's dragon character. the hope is that I draw all the general bases of every one of her dragon characters. And then once we do that, we start making a comic where I draw out the panels, I draw out the characters, and outline them and maybe outline some of the background too. And then she's going to finish it off digitally. So it's not going to look quite this. It's probably not going to look quite this detailed. This is just me being anal retentive, which my sister doesn't mind at all. Again, I think I may have already mentioned this, but I kind of just feel like doing this again real quick because why the frick not? I've got some. Here's some of the original. Here's some of the designs that I've already done for some of the dragons. This is Hibana. This is my sister's lightning dragon. Never asked how many dragons. Oh. Never asked how many dragons is your sister wanting you to draw. Oh no, I don't think you did. I can't remember. I can't remember how many dragons there are. I want to say there's about like 9 or 10 of them. I can't exactly remember. Yeah, look beautiful. I don't know this one quite as much. I did fudge up her legs just a little bit, but other than that, my sister was really happy with the design. This one was actually my favorite so far. This is Roku. This is an Earth Leviathan. It took me a while to figure out some of the features, but I eventually figured out what my sister was looking for. And I was also really happy with what I did with the overall background, how I got pretty detailed with it. But I was really, really, really happy with that one. And then, oh my gosh, I'm pretty sure that this is Shinwo. This is my sister's metal dragon. I was actually really happy with how I figured out the wings on this one. That actually took me the longest time, was figuring out the wings. But I liked doing the features of this particular dragon, and my sister liked that too. Yeah, I love the Earth one. Yeah, no, so do I. That's definitely my favorite one so far, which is funny because the Earth Leviathan is a bit of a smartass. Like, holy smartass. And he's just so cocky and arrogant. At least I'm pretty sure that's whatever. Yeah, that sounds about right from what my sister was telling me about his personality. And then, of course, we got Nami here. She is the sea dragon. She is definitely the friendliest and the most playful of, well, pretty much all the dragon characters that my sister has. Again, I'm pretty sure there's either 9 or 10 of them. So once I finish up with Nami, then that means I still have 5 for sure, and maybe 6 others to work on. Whoa, 7 viewers! That's freaking awesome! Is it okay if I suggest a reaction suggestion? Yeah, go ahead. Go for it. I'm always looking for suggestions to stuff. Whether it's reactions, games, art, stuff like that. I'm always up for suggestions. I prefer not to have, full-length TV show suggestions because, again, trying to do South Park along with everything else that I'm working on is not exactly easy. 8. Yeah, sorry. Picture captures perfectly when Raoul, the goalie of the Dragon Mermaid team of New South Wales, fetched the near unstoppable ball by George Bradley and fell in star-crossed line. What? That is so specific. What the heck? React to Camp Kid. Oh, see, funny enough, I love Rooster Teeth. I love Ruby, and I love Red vs. Blue so freaking much. I haven't seen Camp. A moment that went down in history. Wow. Okay. That's so specific. I love that. And this is just not me being playful, but man, you had to get that specific with. Oh my gosh, that is hilarious. That is absolutely hilarious. Ouch. Would you live stream drawing all the other dragons? I know it's early days, but okay. Yeah. I mean, I probably could, but again, you never really know. I feel like in the moment, I would never really know what I would be drawing next because, again, I've been doing a bunch of different projects. These dragons are definitely one of the big ones. I also work on a comic as well as trying to work on other little projects from time to time. I'm trying to work on my own, not really customized, but kind of my own human style. I've only done a couple of things related to that. But yeah, I'm trying to work on a human style. But yeah, these dragons are definitely just a small portion of that. But yeah, I could see myself drawing these dragons on occasion for like some live streams and stuff. I could see myself doing something like that. It probably wouldn't just be dragons, but that could definitely be a bulk of it for maybe a little bit. I can't draw humans. It's a struggle. I struggled for a really long time to draw humans myself. Drawing people is not easy. I think I initially tried doing that a bunch, like with a sort of anime type style, but it didn't exactly work out. So then recently I decided to try and draw, try and figure out my own human style. Anthropomorphic, I actually don't know if I've tried that. It's only been on rare occasion. I can think of one for sure where I did do an anthro style, but that was years ago. Would I do an anthropomorphic style? I'm not entirely sure. Most of usually what I draw either relates to one of my stories or one of my sister's stories. Or again, with the human style that I've been working on, trying to create a human, or like with trying to create a human style that is I've been taking my sister and I have been like putting us in everyday situations. I mean, technically I've only done that twice, but yeah, an anthro style, I'm not entirely sure. Actually, now that I look at it, Small, I'm not entirely sure if you were referring to me or Blue Seer, but maybe you're referring to both of us. I don't exactly know, but I guess there's that. Anthro. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. Humans is definitely not easy. I'd say my strongest drawings tend to be either dragons, wolves, and sometimes backgrounds and scenery. I mean, I'm pretty good at backgrounds and scenery drawing them, but I think I'm a slight bit better painting them. Just a slight bit. What the hell else do I want to work on? Jeez, I always feel like that there's something I need to work on, but I can't think of it. Manage some human-shaped Pokemon, but that's about it. Always like the feral style more than anthro. Feels more natural. The feral style? How do you mean exactly? Like, legitimately, like, what do you mean by that? I'm actually not sure quite what that means. Jeez, I feel there's still something I need to do somewhere. I just need to think of it. Okay. Well, at this point, I'm kind of just bullshitting. All right. I guess I'll do a little bit of this. Let's see. It's not entirely what I wanted to do, but I suppose I can still make it work in my favor. Drawing her wings was a lot harder than I thought it would be. I think anthro is like dragon head on. Well, anthro is usually when you give animal characteristics to a human physicality, is what anthro usually means. Isn't anthro and feral a furry thing? Anthro for sure is. Like, yes, definitely a furry thing. Feral being the typical dragon or wolf with the power of speech and stuff. Oh, okay. I get what you're saying. I think anthro does kind of count as sort of a furry thing, but feral I don't think is quite the same thing. Because I mean, if you think about it, like these dragons and my wolves in my wolf comic would be the exact same. Would basically classify as a feral because they're capable of heightened speech and stuff, but it's not like it's not like they have humanoid characteristics. They run like wolves, they act like wolves, and their body shapes, they basically look like wolves or dragons or something like that. So I don't think feral is quite the same thing as a furry, but An anthro definitely is. Those, I wouldn't say they're synonyms, but they're in the same camp, I guess you could say. Hey, for the South Park piece, could you look up fan art for inspiration on the designs of characters? Oh, interesting. Okay. I mean, yeah, I suppose I could do that. Jeez, I always feel like there's something I still need to do, but again, I slight bit limited because of my missing colors. And I know I've said that multiple times already, but I'm just so mad. So mad about that. So mad. You could tell based on the anger in my voice. Sorry, I need more water. No, stop. Stop. That was my water bottle. Gosh, I always feel like I'm missing something. Actually, I'm wondering now suddenly. Yeah, I like yours better. Kind of like the Lion King in a way with describing pharaohs. Yeah. Yeah, no. Yeah, no, for sure. Again, I always thought of an anthro or a furry kind of being in similar camps, but you know, with animals given human characteristics or humans given animal characteristics is usually what I tended to think of it as. But yeah, with pharaoh being kind of a different camp altogether. Because again, I would definitely classify my wolves and my dragons as such, but would I classify them as furries? No, I don't think I would. They're not quite the same. I mean, if any of you have seen any pages of my wolf comic at all, you'd see that, you know, they look and act just like regular wolves, albeit with some strange fur colors and stuff. Looking up fan art could give spoiler. Oh yeah, I suppose. Yeah, there is that. There's definitely that. Ow. It was like a sort of hiccup or burp type thing. That was slightly painful. I'm still not sure what that was supposed to be. Actually, hold up. Let's see. What's the right color that I want to mix with? Okay, definitely not red. Ooh, actually, yellow could probably be a good mix with that. I actually don't totally hate that. I think I'm remembering now that this was supposed to be some kind of like coral patch, like one of the brain shaped ones, like really far away from Nami or something like that. But I didn't know, so I couldn't make anything more specific. But I suppose it kind of works in my favor because if it's supposed to be far away, it's supposed to be slightly blurry. And actually, if that's the case, I'm gonna go ahead and add some defined lines to that. Oh crap! I might not be able to. Oh crap on a cracker. Okay, hold up. Oh crap, I need to use a different pen anyways. I forgot I did something with that pen. Okay, this one should work. Let's try this one. Should I ask less questions? I feel like I'm distracting you from your work. No, you are absolutely fine. Like, that's okay, there we go. That's kind of part of why I do this is, you know, it's kind of nice to be interacting with, you know, fans and viewers and stuff like that, like in real time more than anything. And it's not really distracting. It's definitely something different that I'm not used to, but no, I wouldn't necessarily say it's distracting. It's actually kind of refreshing in a way. I've never done anything quite like this before, and it's actually kind of fun. It fuels her. Oh, yeah, that's pretty good. I'd say it's pretty accurate. No, it's really nice, you know, people asking all these questions and, you know, getting involved. And I'm just glad that I'm looking over often enough to see when new stuff is popping up. Like, you know, I might miss it within the span of like a 20 seconds or something like that. But more often than not, I'm kind of just looking at this. Wow. Again, I still can't believe that I've still had so many viewers for, again, such long periods of time. Again, seriously, I've had at least 2 viewers for the entire 2.5 hour period, and at least 3 or 4 viewers for probably, I don't know, 80% of the time, more often than not. And holy moly, would you look at that? There is 8 now. That is awesome. That doesn't sound like a lot, but this is a live stream from a YouTuber who isn't quite as big as plenty of other YouTubers, trust me. I've watched plenty of those as is. But then you got the fact that I'm doing art, which, it's like, yeah, the art is kind of the focus of this particular live stream and stuff, but it's not like, the only thing that I'm really doing. It's always good to talk when into an art project that breaks some of the monotony. Sometimes, yeah, that's kind of true. I definitely feel that way whenever I'm drawing any comic panels, because I'm just like redrawing specific poses or characters in some panels over and over again until I feel like I finally got them right. So in some cases, I definitely say that can be pretty true. But no, like it doesn't always seem monotonous, at least not for me always, because usually whenever I am doing art, I'm also doing something else at the same time. Like that's just how my brain functions. Like maybe I'm listening to and or singing along with some music. Actually, when did my music stop playing? That's weird. I didn't even notice that my music had stopped playing. That's crazy. Probably because I've been talking so much. Or it's possible it went through all the songs and it just didn't like reshuffle them again or something like that. That's also possible. Yeah. Somebody please remind me what the frick I was saying. I always do that. I always forget what the hell I was talking about. Either remind me what I was saying or just start a new topic. I really don't care either way. I seriously, my memory is going to be the death of me one day. Music. Oh yeah. No. Thank you for that. Yeah, no. I'm usually listening to music in the background, or I'm like, watching YouTube videos with my sister. But usually, whenever I'm doing art or writing, I've always got something going on in the background. Again, it's how my brain functions. I can't just sit in silence, either doing writing or drawing or something like that. I need to be doing something else. Even when I'm editing my videos, there's always something else going on in the background. Again, usually it's YouTube videos or something like that. It's like having a job you enjoy. It doesn't feel monotonous when you're doing it. Yeah, I can get that. Me too, girlfriend, me too. I'll be honest though, I am glad I'm at a point right now where it's like, I have subscribers and viewers who care, but at the same point, it's like, not so many that I can't keep up with every single comment. Sorry to say the love story did not end well. After a few weeks of constant, no disturbance signs following big drama ending in divorce and restraining order, but it was worth it. I'm sorry, what? Hold on, I need to read that again. Hold on. Is this something that actually happened to you, or is this just something you're putting up just cause? I honestly can't tell. That's the thing with text. You can't tell if wait. Oh, you're referring back to the soccer story. I'm sorry, the football story. I'm sorry. I'm an American. We call it soccer. It's so dumb. Oh, I got super confused for a moment. But see, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Is that there are some viewers and stuff who care, and some who, come back, disappear, or arrive, disappear for a little bit, come back or something like that. But there's still enough happening that these kinds of stories are happening, and I'm remembering some of these stories and stuff like that. I joined the stream recently. I got so tired out from school this week. When I got home yesterday, I fell asleep within a couple hours and had like 18 hours of sleep. Would have been here sooner. Hey, no worries. I totally know the feeling. School is something. School can be a little bit of a pain in the ass sometimes. Yeah, now I'm suddenly not really liking how that looked. Okay, let's see if I can redo it slightly. Yeah, I definitely know how something like that feels, though. School can be, a little bit of a pain in the freaking arse. Not always fun. And yeah, sleeping for that long, again, I don't completely blame you. That does seem like a long time, though, but maybe that's just me. What is everyone's bending style? Ooh, good question. Yeah, everybody, what's your bending style? I suppose the better question is, do you know your bending style? And when you say that, Blue Seer, are you asking if like they've taken a quiz or if they have a preference, just kind of, you know, calm down, Daisy. Yeah, like if they've taken a quiz or something, or if they've or if they just prefer a certain element and bending style or something like that. Either or. Okay, yeah. Yes. Sorry. See, I think you responded before I even finished that question. So yeah, I definitely did my job right. Chloe says fire. Okay, nice, nice. Anybody else a fire user here? Or as I like to say, pyrokinetic? Yes, I know it's fire bending, but I say pyrokinetic. Blame one of my stories for that. I don't really say waterbender, firebender, stuff. Spoon bending. Somebody like soup or something, or cereal and soup. Because apparently cereal is a soup. Just kidding. It's not really. That was just a joke. Spoon bending though. I like that. That's a good response. That's a really good response. Wait, does that go? No, that does go there. Okay, before I confuse myself any further, I need to put some of these away. Again, before I confuse myself any further than I probably already have. Smelly get up? What? I beg pardon? And I guess since the question is up, what is everyone's bending style? Which I am technically a part of everyone, so that question does apply to me as well. Mine is probably water bending. I don't know. I feel like in general with my personality, it does make a little bit more sense, and I've always been pretty attuned with the water. As in Yuri Gela. Yuri Gela? I don't know. Am I just an uncultured fool? That's entirely possible. I mean, seriously, I really am fairly uncultured. Kind of, but mostly by choice. Even spoon. Huh. Interesting. No, that doesn't sound familiar to me in the slightest. Okay, what I think I actually need to do is make Yuri Geller of the Matrix. Oh, I know. Okay, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, never cared too much for the Matrix stuff. That's just me. Not saying that it's bad or anything. I mean, maybe the second and third ones, maybe just a slight bit. Please don't give me flat fat. My gosh, somebody's loud in their car or a motorcycle. One of the two. Either way, it's loud and annoying. There is no spoon. Yeah, at this point, I'm just a little confused as to what is completely going on, but this would not be the first time. Okay, now I need to start using a gray. You start changing things up. I'm almost at the point where I'm just like, nope, I kind of give up with some of these shadings. Wouldn't be the first time, honestly. I've done that plenty of times with lots of comic panels and stuff out there. God, it was a fraud magician bending spoons, not a mind-reading crap. You're right, it's your mind that... Wait, what? Wait. Just stop after the first film and you're good. Oh, yeah, okay, gotcha. Yeah, it still doesn't matter. I still never really cared much for the Matrix movies anyways. Like, I know what they're about. I know what happens in them. I know enough about them. Wasn't my cup of tea. Like, I know that usually science, like sometimes sci-fi and usually fantasy and supernatural kind of stuff they are my usual kind of genre, but I don't know. Couldn't get into the Matrix. Not really sure why. It just is what it is. I get the feeling these wings... Okay, yeah, these wings were not as transparent as I thought that they would be, but I've also never done anything quite transparent before, so I'm not sure what I expected. I tried. I really tried. All magicians use illusions and stuff. Oh, yeah, absolutely. That is absolutely true, without a freaking doubt. Yeah, no, they absolutely. It's using their knowledge of, yeah, illusions and stuff like that. That's just how it works. More often than not. There are some magicians and psychics and stuff that are worse than others, but facts of life, there's only one Matrix film. Terminator series stops after 2, and there was no 8th season of Game of Thrones. Yeah, I heard season 8 of Game of Thrones was a big disappointment to a lot of fans, especially some of the hardcore fans. Do I know exactly what happened? No, I really don't. But I know that it was a huge letdown. Oh boy. Yeah, because my parents like Game of Thrones. They really like Game of Thrones. So there is that. Although, to be fair, while they did like Game of Thrones initially, they liked Vikings a lot more. Which, I mean, I can totally get that. Like, Vikings are freaking badass. Like, hell, women were some of the strongest warriors on the battlefield sometimes. It was freaking crazy. Who knows? Maybe even while they were pregnant. You never really knew. That's how badass they were. Oh, my goodness. It's the Mandela effect. First off, I don't think that's how you spell Mandela. I think it's Mandala. But wait, it's the man. Are you as the Mandela effect as in you're referring to magicians with, illusions and tricks and stuff? Is that what you're referring to? And by the way, I'm pretty sure that Mandela has 3 A's. I'm pretty sure. I could be. I don't know. Maybe I could be wrong, but I was sure it was 3 A's. I was sure. Damn, I was wrong. Man, that's disappointing. Ah, well, can't always be right. Gotta be wrong sometimes too. Nobody's ever right all the time. I mean, that's just like even if they're honest and they're the smartest people in the world, even they aren't always right. I am starting to get really hungry now. To be fair, I haven't exactly had lunch, but I also dyslexic. I could have gone either way. Yeah, that's. I mean, based on the pronunciation of it, yeah, probably could have gone either way. Yeah, I'm starting to get really hungry. I mean, I didn't have lunch yet, and it is about 3:00, but I also had a little bit of a late breakfast. Well, not really a late breakfast so much as kind of a bigger one, but it was pretty spread out. So, probably not going to do this for too much longer. I probably am going to need some food, and I'm going to need to make sure to call my mom back because, again, it was quite a while ago. What time is it? Yeah, it's at least for me, it is just after 3. The thought that people thought he was dead when he was, and everyone thought it. Coined the term Mandela. Oh, gotcha. Damn, you love how I said, "Damn, I was wrong." Damn, I was wrong. Was that? No, that didn't sound just as good, but I'm sure that was close. Just wait for dinner at this point. I wish I could, but the thing is that I can't survive for long periods of time without food because I don't really eat meals. I snack. Mandela effect is where you misremember things like Berenstein Bears. Oh gosh, I'm sure everybody spelled that wrong on the first go. Yeah, Berenstein Bears. But yeah, no, I don't. I like to joke around that I don't meal like other people. I snack. I literally do eat like a bird. I don't eat a lot because I can't eat a lot in one sitting. I think my stomach is just too damn tiny. And it's nothing about my body. It's just everything about my stomach being freaking tiny as hell. Did I just hear a growl out of you? Deuce. Berenstain Bear. Exactly. You never knew how to say it or spell it right on the first go. Seriously. I feel like there's something still slightly off about that. Hold up. Let's see if I can. Hi, Daisy. What's up, Mama? No. Don't you think about it. Hello, Mama. You're such a big girl. For those of you who might not know, I'm actually dog sitting this weekend for a friend of my mom's who also, a friend of my mom's. She's got 2 dogs. I think he's like a black lab or a black lab mix. His name is Deuce. And then we got Daisy, the Great Dane. She's a tripod. She's still a big girl. Little and often is probably the best way to eat. Yeah, no, that's what a lot of people have said. It definitely seems to be overall the best way to eat for most people, and for reasons I kind of have to, because again, I just can't eat a lot in one sitting. I have like an egg white like a little egg white omelet with a little bit of turkey and a little bit of cheese, and that just fills me up super fast. It's not how I've always been though. That's the funny thing, is that I actually used to eat like a pig. Like I don't know, it had something to do with college, I think. Like I could eat an entire like calzones. Calzones like this big, and I could eat one in no problem at all. But by the time I'd come back from freshman year at college, I could barely finish half, and I was like, oh God, I'm so full. Can you see the dogs? I don't know. They're kind of in weird places right now, and I can't really move my camera, so sorry. Oh, cute. Have a little one named Oscar. I keep forgetting what breed he is. Yeah. We got lots of cute dog breeds out there. I want a pitty eventually. I want a pit bull. I don't care what people say. Pit bulls are freaking cute. Have you ever seen one smile? Have you ever seen their big old square faces, their long tongues, and their wagging tails when they're so happy? I just freaking love it. God, I love pit bulls. I love pit bulls so much. I think I was just talking about that recently. I think it was on our Discord server that I'm a part of. I know for a fact that I was talking about that recently. But yes, I want a pitty. I want a pitty so bad. Pitties are cute. They're so cute. Let's see if I can add a little bit of shadow. Just some of this down here. Be careful. And I'm telling myself to be careful. I'm not telling anybody else to be careful. That'd be weird. I prefer wolf-like dogs. Oh yeah, kind of like the Malamutes and the Huskies and the Samoyeds and stuff like that. Yeah. I actually volunteer at a wolf sanctuary. Well, I haven't lately. The sanctuary actually had to get evacuated pretty recently. But there are plenty of wolf dogs in that sanctuary. Lots of them are pretty friendly. Some of them are pretty shy, pretty typical wolf characteristic. But man, some of them look super pretty. They look like wolves some of the time, but other times they just look like these really beautiful mixes of wolves and huskies and the Malamutes. Usually husky looking, because I think huskies tend to look the most like wolves. I mean that could be purely my opinion on the matter, but it's just what I think. But yeah, I would like the wolf-like breeds too. I like wolves in general. They're just gorgeous and so misunderstood. There are actually plenty of areas in the Rocky Mountains where people are not at all fond of wolves, and it's such a damn shame. Like even with the sanctuary that I volunteer at, even though they had to, they moved they had to open up like a secondary location relatively recently, but not terribly far away. And some people were just not at all happy about that. They was like, oh, we don't want these wolf dogs, howling and barking and making noise and stuff. And it's like, you know what? Don't even. Like, what else are these wolves gonna do? Like, they're gonna be put down otherwise, because they're not allowed to rejoin society, and it's not like you can just put them in a zoo or anything like that. Like, I don't know. People like that just tend to bother me sometimes. Like, a part of me does get it, but at the same time I don't. Because it's like what can you do? Like, you can't just put them down. There's plenty of ways to teach people about wolves and wolf dogs. I don't know why I started using the black, but I immediately regret it. Doesn't look as good as I thought it would. It's damn. Dog kind of looks like a pit bull. She's actually a pointer boxer terrier. Yeah, shame about the sanctuary. Yeah, I'm hoping that they're doing all right. Again, they did have to get evacuated pretty recently to somewhere, because again, we've got a bunch of fires in Colorado. Some of them have been contained okay. There was actually a really bad one down south, but no, Colorado and California especially have just had lots of fires, especially lately. And there was actually one that was about 25 miles from the sanctuary. But then not too long after that, another one popped up like 10 miles from the sanctuary. So they had to evacuate all 30 residents to an area northeast of where the sanctuary currently is. It's actually not far from where my parents live, but that's still over an hour away from where I live. I always wanted to volunteer in animal shelters, but alas, I can't get to them easily. Yeah. Shade out some of the black with some dark blue or gray to mute it, maybe? Yeah, I mean, yeah, definitely. That's probably a good idea. Why does my phone keep blinking? Oh, that's probably why. Okay. I guess I got a message, a YouTube notification, and a Discord message to check, but I'll worry about that in a moment. Okay, this is the darkest blue that I've got. Yeah, I mean, I will admit the only reason really that I was volunteering at the sanctuary in the first place was A, wolves, but also B, because it was actually really close. It was actually really close to where I lived. It really wasn't far. I mean, sure, there was a carpool and stuff. But yeah, I really only had to drive like 20-ish minutes. It was really close to me. Mention this on your video recently asking for support. No. I did ask for a little bit of support. I did actually have a I posted a video relatively recently because again this was when news about the evacuation hadn't even happened yet, but I set up a oh my goodness, what is it called? I've already forgotten. I think it was oh right, I remember now. It was a GoFundMe. I had set that up to kind of help the sanctuary out a little bit because again, with the whole evacuation and the fact that COVID hasn't been really helping much either, meant that and of course they weren't getting a lot of volunteers up there as well because of COVID, so things weren't exactly looking great for them. So I recently set up a GoFundMe, which I'd never done before, to try and help out the sanctuary a little bit because I really do care about them, and I've captured plenty of cute little pictures for a bunch of the wolves and the wolf dogs. Again, some of them are just really friendly. They're really good, and they're great outreach animals too. They really are. But I do care a lot about the sanctuary. I do care a lot about the residents. They do mean a lot to me. And I should use a dark gray next, I think. But yeah, I did set up a GoFundMe. As far as I know, because I did put a little bit of money in there myself. I mean, even though I didn't completely need to, I need to be careful or else I'm going to start ripping paper. That's how much colored pencil I've used already. Sheesh. That's not exactly good. I wish I had something darker, but I guess there's not a lot I can do about that. It doesn't look terrible, at least. Oh my goodness. Seriously. I mean, I think other than some finishing touches, and of course, the back scales and the eyes, which I couldn't do because I'm missing the colors. But other than those and a couple of finishing touches, I think I'm pretty much done. I think I need to darken some of the lines with pen again. But other than that, I think I'm pretty much done. Whew, boy. It would be really fun to do another one of these. This actually turned out a lot better than I thought it did. Like, holy moly. And yes, at max there were maybe like 8 or 9 people for a little bit, but it was still really cool. I really do like doing this. I like I like doing stuff like where I can engage with viewers and stuff like that. It does make it does make a serious difference. I really do like it. So, all right, it's probably a good time for me to end this anyways because again, holy moly, 3 hours? Are you kidding me? Yeah, 3 hours, and I still need to eat a little something, and I still need to call my mom back. Make sure that there's nothing going on. We were just talking about New Orleans pretty recently. My mom and my dad and my sister and I through text, so maybe it could have something to do with that. So it's been great. I hope to do more in the future too. No, this was definitely really fun. I just need to figure out a way to find a good setup in my own room and stuff. And better hope that it's not terribly hot, because otherwise it's not going to be fun. Love if we could do a Bob Ross style draw along stream with you, post them on Discord when you're done to compare. Oh yeah? I mean, yeah, that something like that could be really cool. I mean, if any of my other art live streams are going to be this long, then I don't see why not. Even if you missed a lot, it was great. Yeah, I'm glad you guys had some interest in this. Again, I wish the camera wasn't quite so light, because a lot of these colors actually look a lot darker and a lot more pronounced. So I'm sure when I actually finish it, scan it, and post it, it's gonna look a lot more like the original drawing itself. So yay. Yeah, so I guess I'm going to be heading right on out, just a few minutes shy of 3 hours. And what did I just do? Oh, okay. I'm not sure what I just did. I almost knocked something over with my foot. So I guess thank you all for watching. Thank you for joining me, and for, seriously, thank you so much. This actually was really entertaining and fun in a lot of ways. And I'm glad I was able to engage with a lot of you. And yeah, bye-bye. Yeah, I definitely had a lot of fun with a lot of you guys. This was definitely nice. I think I needed this. And holy crap, I was able to talk for almost 3 hours. Even though you weren't here long, always have to, yeah. Don't always get to engage with other YouTubers. I mean, I hope to engage as long as possible, but you never know once the numbers really start jumping, once the comments start flushing in, which is entirely possible. But I'm just glad I've been able to engage for as long as I have. So yeah, peace. Peace, everybody. So thank you all for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this live stream. I will definitely think about doing this again. This was a lot of fun. Who knows, maybe even Monday, because a lot of people don't have work or school, at least in the US. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Anyways, thank you all for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this. And as usual, until the next video, guys, check you laters. Bye-bye. You have a good rest of your day, too. Beanie, 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 beanie. Oh my gosh, are you making noises again?